What's going on, everybody, man? I haven't even shared this video out to everybody, but pretty much gonna be picking up from where I left off yesterday. Oh, look, I'm tripping. I forgot I plugged in my mic yesterday and everything, so now I'm over here tripping. Forgot I plugged in my mic yesterday. I'm over here tripping. So there's a few different things I'm not doing anymore. I'm not really sharing the video out to people. If you're truly subscribed to the channel and truly locked in, you would definitely be able to, how can I say it? You'll get access to the videos. Like you'll tap in. At the end of the day, nobody really got time for, because people don't like being sent the videos every day too, which is true. Anyway, let me go into this video. Hold on, my wife clearly don't see that. Like my wife, she not subscribed to my channel for the most part, so she clearly don't see I'm fucking streaming. Anyway, man, let me get back to where we picked off at. So Brian McKnight did this video with Anton and Brian McKnight, who has been pretty much thrown under the bus when it comes to the black community. They've been on, and they've been on Brian McKnight ass. They don't support Brian McKnight no more. They think he a coon. They think that he don't like his own people. They think he betrayed all black people. Blah 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 fucking blah. But I'm just here to react to the content. You feel me? I don't got no personal vendetta against no people inside this video. I do not know any of the parties in this video. So for me, this is all simply just content. Simply just content. Anyway, so the part where we left off at was, this was the wedding where Brian McKnight talked about how his sons were at the wedding where he got married to his new little John, his new wife, the one that got the white women all mad. I'm sorry, the black women all mad. So these young black boys, his sons, they came online and they was talking shit like, he ain't been there for me and he did this and he did that. Meanwhile, you at the wedding, toasting up, hoeing up, chilling. You feel me? I don't know, bro. It's very disingenuous, and this is part of the reason why, in my opinion, and some things the Manosphere say I do agree with. It's like, if you're not going to respect a man enough to actually listen to him, let's just start there. To just listen, to be respectful, to reciprocate respect, then it's no point of me genuinely investing. You know what I'm saying? And I think Brian McKnight, in my opinion, as a father, I don't care if y'all don't like it or not, he did the right thing. Brian McKnight did the right thing. I'm gonna just keep it about. Based on this interview, he had every right to move the fuck on, not want to be in those kids' life who are adults, who in one video, like the one we see here, they saying, I love you, Pappy. Now, because we starting off with this one again, let me go ahead and let me go back a little bit more just to give context. So this part was how they turned on him, right? How they turned on him. They was already living in his mansion, driving his cars, going on tour, getting paid. But that wasn't enough. They needed to, you know what I'm saying? They needed more. They needed more. Let me show you how selfish people can be, but still claim that they love you and they want love from you. And really, they just want to use you for what they can use you for, which is whatever they selfish ass needs or bullshit is. It's not really about reciprocity, relationship, unionship, happiness, none of that shit. All that shit out the door. For so many people, it's just about using each other. Nothing more, nothing less, bro. Anyway, let's go back to the video where, and shout out to Anton. Um, Anton hate my guts, bro, and for good reason. You feel me? So hopefully he don't strike the channels, and hopefully he cool with us reacting to the videos. That's all I'm gonna say, bro.
Not married yet. Somewhere along the way, when we decided to get married, that's when things started to go sideways.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I could speculate. In my opinion,
If you had to speculate,
in my opinion, the narrative about me was that I wasn't capable of loving somebody. I wasn't capable of being a faithful husband. I wasn't, capable. And I would never he'll never get married. Oh yeah, he can act like this. He can put this woman on his Instagram, but he won't get married. Well, now he's getting married. Well, he's not gonna get married. He's not gonna go through with it. Even so much so that, it's crazy. When I was out in the street, doing everything under the sun, because I lived my 20s and my 30s.
Yeah.
As a single man.
Yep.
No problems, no anything.
And like I said, bro, I had the same situation when I was living with my sisters. You feel me? Going back and forth to New York last year, last 2 years or whatever. I had no issues with my baby mamas and all this other shit. Soon as I get married, but more importantly, it's not even that I got married, because they saw that I made a little bit of money on YouTube, but I had basically hit rock bottom. Not rock bottom, I guess, but I was still making more money than the niggas that talk shit about me. Still had badder bitches than the nigga that talk shit about me. Still got a big, never mind. A lot of the times when you really used to living a certain type of way, it feel like you ain't doing what you should be doing when you ain't living a certain type of way, right? So a lot of my baby mamas, they still saw, well, he back over there with his sister, so yeah, he fucking on a thick New York bitch, but it don't really matter because he ain't still got shit to give her, and she probably gonna lead a nigga, and that's exactly what she did, right? See, bitches know it don't matter that backstage she was saying, oh, I'm happy. It's all about the money, bro. Period, bro. I'm married right now. I'm telling you right now, my wife don't give a fuck if I'm treating her right. It's all about if I'm paying bills, if I'm taking care of shit. Trust me. That's just the facts. But let me look. Let me go back to this motherfucking shit with Brian McKnight, bro. And I'm only talking about my life because I'm transparent like that. I know y'all be on here, lying and shit. If I'm doing a live stream, if it's not scripted and edited, then it's real. And that's how I get down, bro. It is what it is.
So it wasn't until you actually started to transition into really being that faithful,
right,
that person that they weren't expecting for you to become.
Women do not want to see a man do better with somebody else, bro. They can't stand that shit. The last thing a woman want to see is you doing better with somebody else, bro. It's such a fucking blow to their ego, bro. It's such a blow to their ego because in their mind, hold on. Can't do certain stuff on YouTube, right? In their mind, this person never be faithful. This person never be committed. You know what I'm saying? And truth be told, only thing I needed was somebody who was not going to continuously try to drag me down. I've been getting money. I've been had hustles. I've been had plugs. You see, the problem was I always was putting my energy and effort into bitches and people that these people would never put the same energy into me, whether it was online, offline. Every single time, you know what they actually did? They fucking backstabbed me and then start jumping on the dicks of the niggas that was going against me in the first place. Every single time, bro. So you know what I do now? I give a fuck about me. Everybody else secondary. If you're not helping me, then fuck you. And I think Brian McKnight taking that approach is a healthy thing because black men for years, especially the ones who are actually in, because I know the black bitches gonna say, and that's not true. I'm not talking about y'all dirty ass niggas that y'all done slept with that don't do shit. I'm not talking about them. A lot of us, like myself, have found I've never been on child support, never had to pay all kinds of shit, bro. Never had my checks garnished, none of that shit. But you know what's crazy? The moment you try to do better for yourself and you actually doing right, and they can't be beside you, they can't win with you, that's when they really gonna try to come for you, bro. That's when they really gonna try to be like, oh man, I can't see dog eating without me. I gotta eat too. It's all about jealousy, bro. They never want to work hard. If y'all worked as hard as y'all did, focus on being emotional and jealous, nigga, everybody would be eating, but y'all too emotional. Way too emotional. Let me keep going, man.
That then it started to create that environment or that problem.
Because I wouldn't have become that for them.
Oh, okay. I got what you're saying.
He isn't capable of doing that, but it's obvious that I am.
But as long as you're in the streets, it's
as long as
cool.
I'm in the street, it's cool. It's cool. So much so that even after a second marriage, you know, she's been married again, right?
Yeah.
Still named McKnight. Isn't that strange?
Yeah. That's the culture that we live in which there's so much decentering from men, but at the same time leveraging them to get what it is that you want from them.
And it's crazy because Nay was up here, and I disagree with her yesterday. I'm gonna disagree again today. Nay was up here talking about some that's just the game. Bitches be thirsty. That's the game. Yeah, I mean we can use certain words, but that's bitches just say something like this, right? I don't like Shaquille O'Neal because he's a bad man. I want to completely separate myself from this man, completely and utterly, and then I'm gonna marry a new pastor nigga. What's your name, girl? Shawnee O'Neal. You still married to Shaq? No. I'm married to Pastor Henderson over there. We getting money on the back end too with the church. So hold on. You getting money on using your ex-husband's name that you no longer with, that you claim you wanted to be utterly disconnected from, and you're also using your fucking public image, your public figureness of being a fucking pastor's wife, right? A pastor's wife. And you making money off that too? That's right, man. And we going to church on Sundays, Saturday through fucking Friday, basketball wives. Okay. I see it now. It's all about the money. It's not about nothing else, man. Let's keep going.
That now, and I've seen it with a lot of other celebrities, to where the actual ex-wife continues to either have a career or create visibility from themselves by still attaching themselves to that person that they're no longer in a relationship with and haven't been in a relationship with for a long time. And so I don't think that that's singular to just you.
Right.
I think that that's the nature of women. It just is what it is.
It's so disrespectful.
It is.
It is what it is. So moving right along, we end up getting married.
I like how Brian McKnight was like, yeah, it's disrespectful, but let's just go ahead and move right along from that shit. Listen, Brian McKnight is, I don't know if he a good guy or what, bro, but you don't want to have a conversation about how your wife is married. Well, sorry, your wife is with another man, but still using your name, bro. Like, again, why are women so quick to decenter a man, but not decenter his legacy because you want to make money off of it? But when men say women only give a fuck about money, they're gonna say, oh no, that's not true. That's not true. Fellas, trust me. There's not a single woman on here on this app, even the ones that they don't like, that you can get if you're broke. Right? Let's just keep it 100. they making fun of Pearl now, but they invited Pearl on because they knew she got clout and she got money, and money come with talking about her name. Let me keep going, bro, because I'm talking too much real shit, and let me stick to this content.
My best men are Jack and these two boys.
So Jack and the other two boys is the white woman that Brian McKnight ended up marrying. That's actually her sons. And I found that out yesterday when we were reviewing the video the first time. All right. Hold on. I got to get this content, you know what I'm saying, for other channels. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Hold on. On this one is TikTok. You feel me? Give me 1 second. Yeah. Darrel Long live on YouTube. Yeah. Camera switch. Yeah. Let me go ahead and get that. Yeah. My friend Cello signs what she be saying. Let me go. Oh, what's this? iPhone 17 Pro Max, orange, 2 terabyte. Oh, okay. Let me go ahead and go to TikTok. Let's go back to the video, man. Oh, this bitch loud as hell. Look, bro, I'm going crazy on TikTok right now, bro. I'm going crazy right now, bro. Oh yeah. Look, guys, I did a black man mental health check on TikTok, and I'm gonna start doing black man mental health checks every day, bro. Gotta check on my black brothers out here. I gotta make sure my black brothers good, cause we deal with a lot, bro. We deal with so much shit. You let them tell us we don't deal with shit though. So, and that's why you can't even don't even go talk to the ladies, guys. Talk to God, talk to somebody, or talk to somebody who actually give a fuck about what you feel. Otherwise, you can waste your fucking time. Give me 1 second. Live on YouTube. Here we go. All right. There we go. Now we can get back to the motherfucking video where Anton is talking to Brian McKnight. Now that I'm live on TikTok and on Instagram. Now, Brian McKnight, as I was saying, he got married to his new white woman, and he said that basically he had her other 2 children from her previous relationship become the best maid, the best man, all the rest of that shit. So let's get to that part. What's going on, Stacy? What's good? What's good, man? I appreciate everybody who in the chat holding it down. Like I said, I didn't send this video to nobody. I'm not doing that no more. I'm not sending the video out. If you here, you rock with me. Don't be here. If you don't, it is what it is. Let's get it.
Both, and I'm gonna bequeath you this video so you can make it a part of this.
Yep.
Where they're happy. They're toasting. Leilani is thanking me for allowing her to love them as her own children as we have this family. And even the younger one saying, now we're a family.
I'm incredibly happy. I wouldn't want anyone else but you, Leilani. I'm so happy, no, honestly.
Nah, this is the voice that y'all hearing on Instagram, because y'all can't see the video. That voice is Brian McKnight's son, who was talking the most shit about Brian McKnight, but neglected to tell the people the fact that he was at the wedding telling everybody, oh man, I love you, stepmother. You the best thing that ever happened to me, stepmother. You the best thing that ever happened to me, stepmother. Goofy shit, bro. Goofy shit. Let me keep going, man.
I'm so happy to have you, Jack, Julia, and the rest of your family as a part of our family now. And I'm happy to be a part of yours. I know this dude is. And I'm gonna try to stop crying, because I'm literally tearing up right now. Tonight's about love, guys. And that's really it. So I wanna lift my glass with all of you guys right now. Everyone, if you got water, orange juice, Lean, whatever you got in there, hold it up. And we're going to toast to the fact that two people sealed the love that they have for each other. They invited us all to.
I thought that your father was a deadbeat dad. That's what you said about bro. I thought that Brian McKnight was a deadbeat dad. Now you on here saying that Brian McKnight is not a deadbeat dad. Now you on here saying that you was happy that Brian McKnight got with his new woman. I thought that he was just somebody who never took care of you and did your mom wrong. Now he's somebody that you're happy to be a part of his life. That's, of course, that's not what it really is. What it really is they want to use him. They want to make money off him. They don't really care about him. They don't really care about what he's going through. They don't care about none of that, bro. What they care about is making sure that they get a piece of that money. That they always have a piece of that money. Period, man. That's all they care about, bro. Let's get it.
Every one of us in this room.
Fast forward to 2 years later. Now I got to stop. So I missed something, and this is very, very important. I really need you to hear me on this one. On or about 2015, the oldest son has children of his own. Now, when he had the first one,
more than one.
When he had the first one, the woman that he had the children with went on, I think, welfare or something. Now, what I didn't know is when you get that assistance that you're accruing as the father.
Yeah.
You got to pay this back.
They're gonna come back and
they're gonna come back and get it.
Yeah.
His last address after I had moved them out of my house because I couldn't take the weed smoke and all that. But I told him, listen, here's an apartment. It's brand new. I'm gonna pay for it for a year while y'all get yourselves together. You are now 25 and 22.
So we have a 25-year-old and somebody who is 22. A 25-year-old and somebody who is 22. Right? These are grown adults, bro. These are grown adults, bro. These are grown adults. 25, 22, got their own children, baby mamas, not married, no job, living off their father. But Brian McKnight is a awful father who never did nothing.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
I mean, bro, you can't make this up, bro. You can't make this shit up. Oh my God, bro. It's amazing how you can do so much for people and they still look at you with this type of disdain and want to talk shit. Like this Brian McKnight interview that happened with Anton is letting me know that people just don't give a fuck about actually knowing what really happened. They just want to talk shit. They don't really care about the truth. The truth don't mean nothing to them. And I mean absolutely nothing, bro. Let's get it.
24 and 21.
So you were still trying to help them to become the men that they were supposed to be.
Right.
Even though they were fully grown adults.
Fully grown adults. 24 and 21. Here's your place. Now all your friends come over there. Be creative. You have all these people staying with you. Have them pay some rent. $100 here, whatever you have to do while you.
Brian McKnight is literally telling you guys that he was taking care of his kids. And these kids are 25 and 21 with baby mamas living in his house. And y'all made it seem like he was a bad father. How can you be a bad father, bro? How can you be a bad father if I'm paying all your fucking bills? You're living under my roof, bro. You got your friends, your baby mama and all her friends hanging over too, getting drunk, fucking. but not producing no music, not going on tour, not adding to the family legacy. This type of shit I be talking about, bro. Y'all are really demons out here. Y'all went at this man like he did absolutely nothing for these kids. Well, he gave, my wife was like, well, he gave his new white woman an $8,000 car. And like he said, I done bought so many Benzes for these kids. What? Let me keep going with this Brian McKnight interview, man. If you guys are watching on TikTok, go to Darrel Long on YouTube, type that in the search bar, and you will see it. All right? It's just that simple. Go to Darrel Long on YouTube, and you will see it. Let's go.
You guys can get your music off the ground. They had produced a record at my house. It was out. It was doing well. My whole team put them at the Roxy on Sunset.
Yep.
They started doing live gigs. Not 50 people showed up the first time. The second one, maybe 75, 100 people showed up. It's going too slow. They quit.
Hold on.
Second one, maybe 70 on Sunset. It was out. It was doing well. My whole team put them at the Roxy on Sunset.
Yep.
They started doing live gigs. Not 50 people showed up the first time. The second one, maybe 75, 100 people showed up. It's going too slow. They quit.
So he put y'all on tour. Brian McKnight put his sons on tour with him. And they're doing these shows. And they're doing some mini shows. They got 100 people here, 75, whatever. So they quit. And that's the problem with the youth today. Y'all quit so easy when it comes to shit. Y'all don't want to put no work in. Y'all don't want to actually go out, put the work in that is going to take to actually be the person that you want to be and get to the place that you want to get. You have no work ethic. You complain. And then everybody want to be influencer. Nobody want to actually get up and get a job. Having a job is not even, I guess, not even cool no more. Everybody want to just be an entrepreneur. Nobody want to work. Shit is absolutely crazy to me, bro. Let me get back to this video. Let's hear more from Brian McKnight. And if you guys agree that Brian McKnight is wrong, then somebody put a 1 in the chat and let me know. Right? If you guys are looking for the Brian McKnight interview, type in Brian McKnight, Anton Daniels. That's how you will find this interview right here. Again, I have no beef with Anton. I'm just trying to do my content, bro. All right. Now let's get it.
Here's this apartment. You know, you can, I'm gonna pay for everything, but get your life together. Figure out what you're gonna do. You have this much time. A year passes. They still haven't done it. I said, okay, I'll do another year.
Damn.
Here's your second year.
So they 26 at this point and 27 years old at this point.
I mean, his kid's almost 30. So at this point, Brian McKnight kid's almost 30. They're not paying for anything. He's paying for the apartment. They're driving his cars. Already got babies. No jobs. Dropped out of school. But he's a bad father because he refused to continuously support this shit. And that's what I'm saying, bro. Y'all cool with mediocrity. Brian McKnight did not want to support this children anymore because you dropped out of school. You fucked over the apartment. I took you on tour with me. You quit. You go and make a baby mama. You don't want to get married. Don't want to work a regular job. What the fuck? Let me keep going. Maybe there's something here that will make me hate Brian McKnight like y'all.
They're 26 and 23 by then, right?
26 and 23. Bro, I wish I was getting rent free from my parents. 26 and 23. Not paying no rent at all. Let's look, bro. Look. I'm gonna be transparent. That's why I don't fuck with my baby mama. That's why I don't fuck with my baby mama, because it's like my first baby mama. Because it's like, dog, you've been living with your mama since I met you in 2010, and you still don't got 100,000 saved up. You ain't been paying rent since I met you. and you still ain't got 100,000 saved up, dog. Look, bro. Some of y'all waste opportunities. Some of y'all don't take advantage of the opportunities that God put right in front of you. So full of hate, so full of spitefulness, so full of bitterness. That's the type of shit that y'all on. That's the type of shit that you're alone, bro. Like, look, I'm gonna go ahead and put my opinion out here. A lot of women, they fuck up their children in a lot of different ways, just like a lot of men fuck up their children in a lot of different ways. But this woman extorting Brian McKnight didn't do anything. Her children still begging for this nigga money, which means years later, they're not independent. They didn't learn anything. But if they had took their ass on tour with their daddy and not gave up, they probably would have had some money. They probably would have had a career. But you taught them to disrespect their father. Got it. Hey, Miss Joy, I am back. I'm gonna drop the link. See if Miss Joy want to come kick it. But good morning, Miss Joy. I got to get out of here. Around 2:15, something like that. Go pick up the kids, etc. You know, active father shit. You feel me? Check my TikToks. I post take my kids to school every single morning. Real father shit. Let's get it popping, bro.
But we're getting married.
Yeah.
I'm leaving to go out of the country, and I get detained because they're looking for him.
Yeah.
And we have the same name.
Yep.
Who?
Because
they're
looking for him.
Yeah.
And we have the same name.
Yep. Yep.
So Brian McKnight was detained because him and his son got the same name, but his son was on child support. His son didn't pay child support, and now Buddy was getting arrested over some child support that he didn't even have to fucking pay. And I don't look, bro. This is why I don't really like going in spaces where women can use the system. And again, that is something that is currently happening to me. It got me feeling like I might as well not even go back to Michigan. I can just enjoy the rest of my fucking life here in Nevada, chilling, getting money, and just doing me. It's no point of me jeopardizing my future because somebody want a few pennies because they broke and don't got no work ethic, right? And I would go super far with this shit and say they need DEI to get hired. You get basket weaving degrees, but see, I'm not an asshole, and I actually love Black women, and I actually hate those talking points. But when I see people who since 2010 haven't had a job, still living with their mama, it made me think, bro, something got to be wrong with you up here. Something got to be genuinely wrong with you up here. You got to be genuinely fucked up if you can't save no money while at the same time not paying no bills. That's how I feel about Brian McKnight, ex-wife. You was getting paid $18,000 a fucking month in 95, and now you broke. Yeah, baby. What the fuck is wrong with you? I don't know, bro. Maybe I'm being harsh right now. Y'all can let me know in the chat. Am I being too harsh on Brian McKnight, ex-wife? Am I giving Brian McKnight a pass? But see, people done damn near ban me, so people don't even want to come here and have a conversation with me. Not even the niggas I'm cool with. I mean, outside of Nate and Marcy. Let's go.
He now has two from that same girl.
Mm.
And Leilani and I and her mother, we sat them down and said, listen, what are y'all going to do? You got to get together. Well, she says to me, well, he told me you were going to pay for everything.
Whoa.
He now has two.
So now Brian McKnight's the grandfather McKnight, because his fucking badass little son who can't take care of himself then knocked up some little woman. Right? Okay, cool. And instead of him getting a job and feeling like this may be a moment. where it's time for me to step my game up. Nope. Instead, he said, I thought you were going to pay for everything, father. Let's go back and hear it.
From that same girl. And Leilani and I and her mother, we sat them down and said, listen, what are y'all going to do? You got to get together. Well, she says to me, well, he told me you were going to pay for everything.
As a grown man?
When the second one comes, he comes and tells me that he just happened to be over there and she raped him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Brian, now I got to hold you accountable because you not being in your son's life made him weak. You not being in your son's life, you not being there, you not being able. I'm sorry, I just got a fucking message. But yeah, you not being able to raise your son to be an actually wise young man with emotional discernment. Come on, bro. Everybody who has a son has always taught them the purpose of family, or at least they should. All my uncles and my father taught me the purpose of family, bro. And it sounds like your son don't understand that when you get a child, when you have a child, that is your responsibility, not your grandchildren. Sorry, not the grandparents. That's your responsibility, bro. Stacy says, no, I don't think he is wrong. I am a mother of 4 sons. I am not going to carry on. Sorry, I'm not going to carry grown people. This young man seems entitled. I don't mind helping, and you don't have to learn how to stand. Sorry, I don't mind helping, but you have to learn how to stand on your own feet. Sorry, I'm using this MacBook Air. It's super small. But at the end of the day, I agree with you, Stacy. I agree with you. And thank you, Stacy, for supporting the channel. And just for being over here watching. I think that when you have 25-year-olds, 26-year-old calling themselves fucking children, it should start to get dangerous, Stacy. Because why shouldn't they feel? Children should be entitled. Children are entitled to food. You know, children should be taken care of. But when you have niggas that's about to be 30 saying I'm a child still, oh my God, bro. That's the problem I have. And a lot of the times the Manosphere creates these grown ass little boys, baby boys. Let's keep going.
And I'm like, what is happening? This is where we are now.
Yeah.
So we go ahead and get married in a fairy tale ceremony. I'm gonna give you all the video so you can see it. About 6 months later, the oldest calls me. He's like, listen, I don't have a place to stay. Can me and my new girlfriend come live with y'all for a while?
Both of them?
Mm-hmm.
So this is...
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. So you need both of your girlfriends to come live with Brian McKnight. You're not singing. You're not writing no music. You ain't doing nothing, bro. You ain't even trying to go and get a basic job. Nothing, bro. One thing I hate is somebody who just sit around and they're not trying to add to what we got going on here. And if you're not trying to add to what we got going on here, then why are you over here with us? You can be over there with your people. And let's keep going, man. Shout out to all 12 of y'all that's watching, bro. Look like we got a few people in a few spots. But shout out to everybody that's watching. I'm going to continue to stream until I can get 100,000 subscribers on all my channels. All right, guys. Let's keep going. What's up, Nay?
isn't even the original girl.
No.
Wow.
As a father, I had to put my foot down because if I give in to this again,
Yeah.
I said, no, you're going to have to figure this out. You're now.
But bro, them niggas, bro, you just said that your kids was 26 and 23. Yeah, by that time you gotta put your foot down. Bro had 2 baby mamas and asking, can they both live in your house, bro? And they saying you're a bad father after you said yes and gave them 2 years of that shit. In my opinion, now if they want to make any argument about you being a bad dad, I'm gonna say this: you're a bad dad because you allowed them niggas to be inside the house like that, bro. You supposed to be real strict. You feel me? Once my kids have kids, you gone. You don't get to just hang around this bitch with your spouse. What are you doing? What are you talking about? You don't get to just dangle around here like, oh yeah, I want to hang out with me and my baby mamas. So you don't want to go on tour with me? Nah, we got time for that. So you don't want to make this money with me? Nah, we ain't got time for that. But you got time to be in my house running on my electricity bill I gotta pay for. Brian, you better get your name back in these streets, bro. You've been taking care of these kids up to they was almost 30, and they got the audacity to even say anything bad about you at all, bro. Bro, oh my God, this generation is so trash, bro. Oh my God.
26, 27 years old. You got these 2 kids you're not taking care of.
Yeah.
You got this woman who now he has another baby with.
So he a 2-time baby daddy.
So he's got this, and it's not about the baby daddy.
And that's just what it is.
Anton wanted to highlight for his audience. Your son's a 2-time baby daddy. And it's crazy. You let him get away with that. It's not about being a baby daddy. It's not about that. Like I said, I thought it was crazy too that you didn't do an interview with Tasha K, but I got your wife on video doing a video with Tasha K. You feel me? Doing the video with Tasha K, and that should have been you. You the bigger person. Why you on a smaller network? You feel me? I don't know, bro. Is it because Anton's a man and he may be a little bit more understanding and lenient? I don't know, bro. Y'all boys is different. But I don't give a fuck. No, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I'm proud of Anton for landing this interview. This is a big interview. And if you work hard, you deserve to succeed in whatever field that you're going into and make sure that it's going to be lucrative for your family. I think that's an honorable thing. Anyway. Fortnite. Oh, damn, they got me. Let's go.
Take care of your business. I'm not here to take care of. I got my own stuff I got to deal with.
Yeah.
Take care of it. So now he's having to deal with things on his own, and that's when, in 2019, when we decided to leave LA, he goes on his Instagram and tells everyone that he was abandoned, that I abandoned him and his brother. Abandoned.
Yeah. And let me say this. I just have to.
Did my wife just say for some reason there's no chat box? Did I get a text like that? Wi-Fi, for some reason there's no chat box. Is that true? Let me go see. I'm gonna make sure everything in, because I just jumped on here real quick. So let me go make sure the chat is actually open real quick, guys. All right, is that why everybody couldn't? Because I don't see nobody in the chat. Let me see. Let me see. Give me one moment to make sure I got everything open. So let me go to the daily rundown. Let me go to the daily rundown. Go to the studio. And make sure all the settings is good here. And let me open this up. You know me, I gotta do my research one by one. All right, so this chat is open on Daily Rundown. Shout out to everybody I see all over there on TikTok holding it down. I'm just a humble content creator, man. Trying to earn some coins out here, man. You feel me? Send me what they call it, a galaxy. Yeah, send me one of those. All right, so the daily rundown chats is open. Let me go to the Jenny Coy case and go to my wife because she was saying she can't get in. But I think you in the wrong chat, wife. I think you in the wrong chat. Let me go to your channel because we streaming on my wife's channel too. Babe, yeah. It say good. Yeah, no, you know, all the chats open, babe. You tripping, man. Let me get back to the video, B. She got me bugging. Got me super bugging. All right, so anyway, where was we at? So Brian McKnight and his kids, I think they just ungrateful. That's the way I look at it. Like Stacy's in the chat. So if you can put a 1 in the chat, guys, put a 1 in the chat. Like I said, I never sent this video while I just started to work. I want to set the expectation that I get different people, and if I send a video to 30 people and only like Nay and my wife pop up, that let me know that I'm just sending a video to people who just either ignore my messages, etc., etc. So I'm not doing that no more. You know what I'm saying? But let's go back to the video. Let's see what's popping.
Say this because I was having a conversation and a girl overheard, and I said, yeah, I'm gonna go talk to Brian McKnight and I want to get his perspective and his words. And the girl was like, no, because he abandoned his kid. And I'm like, wait a minute, you don't even know. You going based off of do you not want to hear it from all sides first before you come to this conclusion?
They're not interested in hearing, you know, shit from all sides, bro. They're really genuinely interested in hearing stuff from their sides. A lot of people don't want to hear the truth because the entertaining is just that much more seductive to them. They don't give a fuck about hearing the truth. I can tell the truth about so many different people on here, but they don't care about that. That's why they shadow ban me. That's why they ostracize me from their spaces. That's why they don't really want to have an intellectual conversation because they know I'm smarter than them. And eventually they don't really like, it's like, I remember I was having a conversation even with my brother Izzy Bands, and I was trying to bring up facts and stats and shit. He wouldn't even let me. He was like, but Darrel. And it's like, I don't know, bro. It's people just want to, and it's not just him. The women do it. Sharon did it. Browns do it. They all do it, bro. PhD would do it. The whole space does it, where they don't really have genuine conversations. They don't respect one another. It's all about who is the hottest at the moment, and that's all it's ever gonna be about.
But see, this is why guys are so bitter. And this is my opinion. I know I'm interviewing you, but this is my opinion. This is why guys are so bitter, because anybody can spin a narrative and then it completely, try to ruin your reputation that you've spent a lifetime building. And instead of us having these grown men hold themselves accountable and take care of their business and take care of their kids, now they basically are baby boy. It's baby boy. It's literally baby boy all over again. And it aggravates me because they've benefited from you, but haven't really lived up to any expectations whatsoever.
None.
That bothers me.
Thank you, Stacy. Stacy said she can see the chat. She can hear the chat. Thank you, Stacy. So, Anton makes a good point, but at the end of the day, I think the thing about it, Anton, is today's woman is not going to tell young children to respect the father unless in their mind he is the type of father that they feel like is a good father. If he's not that type of father specifically, if he's anything else, then no, they're not going to say, hey, your father deserves to be respected. That's just what it is. There's a lot of dysfunction between black men and black women. There's a lot of fucking finger pointing, and it's just really, to be honest, it becomes extremely exhausting. I mean, extremely exhausting. Shout out to everybody watching on Instagram. I see y'all pouring in, man. Let's get it.
It really does bother me. So he goes on Instagram and basically says all of this crazy stuff.
Yep. I'm in the air flying to Guam. I got a show.
Yeah.
I land and my phone blows up.
Yeah.
My wife is like, look at this. What is this?
Mm-hmm.
Too many times they showed up at her office
That's
after
crazy.
I told them no.
That's crazy.
And my wife gave them whatever they wanted out of her money.
Yeah.
I mean, it's our money, but
Yeah, I understand.
out of her money, because she felt a certain kind of way about.
So a lot of times women have a sentimental, weaker heart, and I would have been upset about that. If I say no to them, why are you saying yes to them? Why are you going against me? Why are you doing something that make us look like we're not on one accord? Oh, because that don't matter to you. You're gonna do whatever the fuck you want to. Oh my God, bro. Let me get some other work done while we react to this, y'all.
Hey, creators, let's dive into this month's roundup.
Oh, child, look at me. Look at me. Hold on, let me change this audio on here to. Anyway, Lord have mercy. Let's keep going.
What was going on, and she wanted to help them. She had offered them to get them jobs.
Yeah.
They didn't want to pass there's no way they were going to pass the drug test.
I don't think that they wanted jobs, though. They just wanted to live off you.
That's what it is. I agree with Anton on this one. They didn't want jobs. They did just want to live off their father. They wasn't trying to make extra money. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. To this day, they still the same niggas that they have been. They haven't changed. They the same exact motherfuckers, bro. They run around hoping that their father one day magically just drop dead and they get to keep all the money and then they can retire, never have to. It was already 25, 30 living under his roof, not paying fucking bills. They hoping that they can ride that pony forever, not add to his legacy. And it's crazy, as much disrespect as some of these kids do, that ask you for a MacBook right after they say, you're not a good father. You wasn't always there. You cheated on my mom. Oh. Next thing you know, you get a text message. Hey, can I borrow this money because I'm fucked up and I totally need it, like, so I can take this girl on a date? You know what I'm saying? Because you're my dad. It'd be a whole bunch of goofy shit, bro. A lot of times to keep my own peace, I just say, here, bro, just take whatever needs fuck on my face, man. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Let's go back to the Brian McKnight shit, though.
Yeah, you daddy, you got to take care of him for the rest of your life, apparently.
Yeah.
So where does the clash happen between you and your ex-wife to where ultimately it leads to defamation?
When I told the truth about the origin of my songs, number one.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing an interview with a station in the city where she lives.
Okay.
Telling people, the truth about, where these songs come from. And apparently either she was friends with the girl or whatever the case may be. She took offense to that because on the one hand, you want to say I was a horrible husband, but then at the same time, you want to say that I wrote all my songs about you?
Right. Right.
I don't know. And I told the story about the abortion and all that. So she got in her mind that she's going to go and write this book and has been putting out these excerpts. And I'm like, that's not how that happened.
But she's been collecting $18,000 a month from you for the entirety of that time that you guys weren't even together.
Nope.
That's insane.
But wait,
That's
she
insane.
came back for more. Because remember when she got married?
Coming back for more is crazy. Nay, how are you in the chat? But Michi texted me saying she don't know how the fuck she can get in the chat. Hold on. I gotta go over there and look at the chats and every goddamn thing. She's saying she can't get in the chats, but they found her way into the chats. Interesting. So let me actually react to the content and not worry about my wife getting into the chat. I'll talk to you about that, privately, wife. Just watch the show for now. I don't know what the fuck they said because I was actually distracted, genuinely. So I got to rewind it like 2 minutes. Sorry.
Of my songs, number one.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing an interview with a station in the city where she lives.
Okay.
Telling people, the truth about, where these songs come from. And apparently either she was friends with the girl or whatever the case may be. She took offense to that because on the one hand, you want to say I was a horrible husband, but then at the same time, you want to say that I wrote all my songs about you?
Right. Right.
I don't know. And I told the story about the abortion and all that. So she got in her mind that she's...
I would have definitely felt some type of way about that. So you want to make money off my song. You say I was an awful person, but all my songs was about you. We was deeply in love. But at the same time, at the literal very same time, that's what I'm saying. You got to be careful with some of these women, bro. Some of them don't really love you. You got to be careful, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all be sitting around thinking this shit is a joke, but this shit is not a joke, buddy. The person who you choose, and women know this, the person who you choose to be your life partner, that shit can either make or break you. Trust me. Don't play yourself, goofy. All right, so I told my wife all the chat's working. I just turned all the chats on. The chat's good. I'm using my iPhones for TikTok and anyway, let's get it popping, bro. Shout out to everybody that's tapped in over here. And, watching. DJ Genesis. Look. Shout out to Genesis, got her wrench. She says, I don't understand married man like Anton discussing. Let me go wide screen. I can't see shit. Discussing so much vitriol for marriage. Why is he focused on a marriage not working? My wife in the chat, the link worked, but for some reason, just me going through the regular. YouTube be on some bullshit, wife. What I would do is I would try to update my app, or if not, send a report, because when you send a report, it actually helps them, like they can address certain shit. Anyway, I'm going to drop the link. Genesis, you can come up, Nate, everybody can come up. I don't really care, everybody can come up, it don't even matter. But I do want to keep going with the video. I want to finish this video, and I got to pick up the kids and everybody else at 2 o'clock. So let's go.
He's going to go and write this book. And has been putting out these excerpts. And I'm like, that's not how that happened.
But she's been collecting $18,000 a month from you for the entirety of that time.
Yeah.
That you guys weren't even together.
Nope.
That's insane.
But wait,
That's
came
insane.
back for more. Because remember when she got married a year before that was supposed to end.
Okay.
Yeah, receiving 18 bands a month, getting married, still using my last name to make money. I don't know, bro. That seems very greedy. And as far as what, like you said, DJ Genesis, Anton talking about marriage, on some vitriol shit. I mean, well, look at the story we're talking about. This story is fucking disgusting. This story is absolutely disgusting. The kids, the mom never talked about how her kids was lazy and why they don't have no fucking jobs, and why she's a grandma now because her son was out here making babies but didn't want to marry those women. Okay. Yeah, tap in, Genesis. Let's go.
So it ended right then.
Right. So her getting married released you from the obligation of continuing to have to pay alimony.
Correct.
Okay. All
and
right,
the child support too.
Does it?
Yeah, it was the stipulation that
if you get married, then okay.
Oh wow. So I'm gonna need all my baby mamas to get married. Cause I don't even want y'all to try to come for me. I don't even want y'all to try to even come for me, my baby. What's going on, Lady Genesis?
Hey, what's up? You know what? I just be hating on Anton so much about how he just focuses on like marriage is not working and single people not working and everybody not working. That sometimes when I come in, I see him, I automatically just get a bad taste. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is a bad thing going on with him and his wife. But what you just said about the son having multiple, is that her own son or is that their son together? Because if that's the case, that means that wouldn't he be Brian McKnight be also responsible for him having multiple children as a father? Like that is not like taking care of his aspect as a father, right?
No,
Why is it?
absolutely. So it's their children together. Yes, you are correct in that. And he does have, like I said earlier, he has a certain amount of responsibility for not raising his sons and making them better men. My point was this though, right? In her book, she never mentioned that her sons was 26 and 27 and being lazy. She only said, well, yeah, they're right. Brian was an awful father. He was never there. He never did anything. And then we learned that your fucking sons were provided for until almost 30 years old. Not just them, their baby mamas was living there along with like your grandchildren. So it's literally an impossibility to say that he didn't provide and he didn't do anything. The correct way to say it would say, to remove the emotion, remove the implicit bias, and say he didn't do everything that would have made me happy, but he did more than what most men do. That is a fact. The Bible says that a good man leave an inheritance for his grandchildren. He was literally taking care of his grandchildren. Literally.
They were in the house with him?
They were living in his house, correct.
Wow. Okay. And so she just got mad when they broke up and he moved on and just spread vitriol, made a book, wrote a book about it, like to hear it go. You know what I'm saying? And it was just all negative. Like he didn't do nothing. He was a terrible father. He didn't even help. Whoa. Even though he was there for the 30 years of these kids' life. Is that what's happening?
That's what it sounded like, correct.
Wow. So do you think it's maybe because, how long were they married for?
Almost 20 years.
So do you think that it was maybe so much going on, within the marriage that by the time it ended, it was so much hatred going on that no matter what he did, she just had built up so much resentment towards him? But I think that's kind of crazy too.
In the beginning of the video, in the beginning of, because I did it like a first part yesterday. I was real tired last night. But on the first part of the video that I watched, when he talked about their marriage, he openly said that he told her that he wasn't in love with her. He didn't want to be with her, and she got pregnant. They went to the chop shop. She said she was gonna get rid of it, and instead she kept it. So she was already proven to be deceptive. And on top of that, I mean, you can't really. Do you believe that you can build a relationship, a healthy one, off lies and deception and deceit?
Absolutely not. So that's where it is. So he got married with her anyway.
Well, he claimed that back in those days, because they grew up, in the South, etc. I think this happened in North Carolina. So apparently, the church in the Black community wanted them to get married. They feel like it was the best thing to do, and it just didn't work out because, as he said, she wasn't really in it because, again, how can you love me but you're lying to me? You're trying to build this house, this relationship and marriage off the seed and dishonesty. We could have had a baby later on when we both agreed to, right? And she never said, well, I thought that I was going to die. No, she just simply said, well, I just decided to keep it. And I'm not even for somebody who's going to police women's body. My whole point is, don't get upset about how somebody respond. Don't tell that person after that you're supposed to do this, as if like what makes you think that you have the right to tell me what the fuck I'm supposed to do when I can't even trust you to do what the fuck you told me you were going to do.
Right. Now, wasn't he in Take 6 at one point? So did she meet him before that he started in the industry or whatever? Wasn't he in Take 6?
He was, but
meet him prior to Take 6 or after Take 6 success?
I think she met him before that.
So they were like young.
Yeah, they was young when they met. I think Brian said that he was 21 or 22 and She was 18.
Mm.
Yeah. This shit wicked. Let me press play and let you hear it.
Was the end of that.
She
But by
must
that
have really
time,
loved that guy.
yeah. I was hoping so.
Foregoing
I was-
$18,000 a month.
I was hoping that was the case.
That's a heck of a lot of love.
But when that stopped, she then came back and got another $250 on top of that.
250 what?
$250,000
No way, B.
for a publishing thing I had gotten 10 years before.
Seriously?
Yeah. But when she did that, I put in there, like, I'm gonna give you this money,
Mm-hmm.
but you can never, ever, 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 ever again come back again, ever. And I can document. I have all this
Yeah,
documented.
no, I understand.
You can never come back again. Do you know that last year she tried to come back again?
That's crazy.
And I swiftly had to send the letter back to Laura and say, did she not tell you about this?
You guys have been divorced for well over 20 years.
20 years.
So how does she continue to be able to come back to the well?
Well, she tried. And I think she may have been entitled to.
My wife says, I don't believe anything. The thing about it, babe, is he publicly won a lawsuit recently against her. Everybody knows this. It was publicly reported by accredited journalists and accredited networks. Just a Google search away. Okay? Just a Google search. Thank you, Nay. He won the lawsuit. I mean, we can say it's fake news, but he won the lawsuit. So in that lawsuit, from my understanding, he won almost $10 million, like $8.6 something million, whatever. The whole point is this, right? She continuously for 20 years, instead of getting a job, focusing on her own happiness, her kids' happiness. It seems, in my opinion, and my opinion doesn't mean that this reflects on every other woman in the world. I'm just talking about this isolated incident. I believe that she is a woman who is just in it for the money. She was never loved. He never loved her. She still managed to open up her legs. He told you, I don't love you. I don't want this child. She said, I'm going to keep it. And now they're here. And the only thing that's consistent is her continuously coming back for more money. Even though these little niggas was 26, 23 with their baby mamas living in Brian McKnight house while he on tour singing, sweating, working. Oh my God, ridiculous.
Some of that money in 2013 or 14, whatever that was.
Right.
But that was the end of it.
Yeah.
That was the end. I gladly gave it. I'm like, will this get you? Will this end this?
Yeah.
It's always about money, Anton.
So
Always.
then at some point you file a defamation lawsuit. What is that?
Well, we got to start sort of before that.
Okay.
So that post was in 2019. It's been 6 years of this nonsense.
Right.
Everything that I've just told you has been sitting on my page. And that's when I said that I disowned them, because you can't try to ruin my name.
Yeah.
Try to ruin everything that I built and then think you're going to inherit. I think people don't understand.
Child, talk to him. Talk to these niggas, Brian. So everything that I built, first you want to ruin it. And now you think that you deserve to inherit it? Why on earth do you feel so entitled to first decenter me, hate me, but feel like you are deserving of my hard-earned money 20 years after divorce? So you're not cooking, you're not raising the children no more. All that other good shit that Nate and the girls was talking about last night. Oh man, she was cooking, cleaning, slaving, watching the kids, changing diapers, blah 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 fucking blah. She not doing this 20 years later. She got a new man, new dick, all kind of shit. And she's still saying, I wonder how I can get my rich ex-husband to give me another $250K.
Well, I imagine that if he was never in love with her, he probably that relationship was not a fun relationship. I'm sure that but they had 2 kids, so they, I mean, how far apart were they? I mean, he said he never was in love with her at all, so he just was providing, and that's it. He's just like, listen, I'm not involved in the household. You'll be the wife, but I'll just pay for the expenses. But as far as romance, whatever, I'm not in love with you. I mean, was he?
So this is what he said in the beginning, right, Genesis? So he was like, when they first met, she was, I forget, like some kind of model, right? I don't know if it was it wasn't Vogue. It was something that doesn't exist anymore, like King Magazine or some shit like that. Anyway, he saw her, she saw him, they fucked. No dates, none of that. That's how he said it happened, and she hasn't sued from defamation. She hasn't said he lying. We was married and I made him pray to God first. No, she hasn't said none of that. So
they just up and then she got pregnant. 18.
And she was 18, and she knew that he was an older man. She had every opportunity to be with somebody her age, right? Who probably would have did her right. But Brian McKnight was a superstar who a few months later was allegedly going to California to go sign a big major R&B record deal, right?
Right,
So,
North Carolina, that's a big deal. He about to be paid. That's like down south, right?
oh yes, correct. So they're fucking raw, which again, from my understanding, just to clear this up, Brian McKnight never sexually assaulted her. It seems completely consensual on both sides, which unless she's diagnosed with any type of mental illness, I would have to believe that she consented and she was acting within her own autonomy as a woman, a modern woman. Do you agree?
Yeah, 18, she was getting it in. They 18, probably out there fast, probably at the thing, saw a fine, dark skinned dude, tall, whatever, and was like, yeah. And she was down for it. And here's the thing is that the whole thing that really makes it crazy is that he said, okay, you're gonna get the abortion. She says, yes. He paid for it too.
He did.
So she took the money. Did she give him the money back?
She did not.
Wow, that type of stuff is wild. I don't agree with that. Don't do that. And if you don't not do it, give the money back. Like say, hey, I couldn't bring myself to do it. Here's your money back. You know what I'm saying?
No, I completely agree with you entirely. She then when he came back, he said he saw her and he was like, "Damn, girl, you look like you put on a few pounds. Moo. Let's hit the gym." And she was like, "No, Brian, I'm pregnant." Right now, this nigga got a whole baby, thinking he got and this is after the record deal was signed and everything. So
wait, so she said she gonna get the abortion when she went no contact for a certain amount of time till she was big enough for him to
she was still in the South and he flew to California to start recording music, et cetera, right? And actually, I believe they were in Huntsville, Alabama, because he said when he got back to Huntsville, she was pregnant.
Wow, that sounds like somebody was in her ear.
I mean, it definitely was a play because, and Genesis, I'm glad you're up here because you're a woman as well. So I'm gonna ask you straight up, and let me do the face to face. So Genesis, let's say if it's me and you, right? Mm-hmm. You're 18, I'm 25, 22, whatever. I say, Genesis, I don't want to be with you. I do not love you. I'm never going to do right by you. I'm out here in these streets. Do you have a baby by me after that?
No, not at that age. And listen, that has happened to me before. And I said, okay, well, and I'm not gonna sit here with this baby and be alone. So
even do it right now. Let's say because I'm married, obviously, so this is hypothetical.
Even right now.
Let's say if I was completely single, you had no children, I had no children, and I came to you and said, hey, Genesis, I want to fuck raw, but I'm not gonna marry you. I don't want to be with you. This is just gonna be something fun to do. Are you gonna have my baby?
No, it wouldn't. First of all, it wouldn't happen raw. And then second of all, I wouldn't have the baby. No. Unless she wants to be a single mom.
Now let me add this caveat in, because I'm just a sent God. Nobody care about me. But what if I was about to sign a multi-million-dollar deal? Then would you have my baby?
Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
I know, because listen, I know that I'm not, hey, yeah, probably. I gotta be real. Like, I know if I'm not gonna be no single mom over here, like struggling, hey, I ain't gotta go through that, like get that vacuum put up in my vagina.
I agree, wife. It wasn't my choice as a man. That's why the choice was offered to her, and she agreed to the choice, to which she said, I'm gonna get rid of it, but then she did not.
I'm not necessarily giving them grace, but if a person's being honest with you and you still make a play, if you said I want to get an abortion, you agreed to it, he give you the money, you still go out and not get the abortion, keep the money.
That's the mind.
Now that's like you're being deceptive at that point. Now, if you what you would have should have said was like, hey, I'm not gonna get an abortion, so keep your money. That would have been more honorable, but take the money, keep it, don't get the abortion, pop up later. Oh, I'm pregnant. That's deceptive. I'm sorry.
I do agree with my wife that she has the right to change her mind, right? Genesis, I'm not a fucking demon.
Change your mind, give him back the money then.
Give him back the money, but not only that, I think Brian fucked up by getting married to her. I would never build her up at all. We doing everything separate. I'm the star here because I told you I didn't want you. I don't want to begin to build a life with you, right? I would pay you a certain amount of money, or I'm gonna ask the courts, can the person who has more resources get the child, which is me.
Yeah, that probably would have been smarter. But I think back in those days, they probably, the church probably pressured them. They're in 7-day Adventists. I think that's almost like the Jehovah's Witness level of stuff. It's like really like
fair enough. I mean, maybe you're right about that one. Like maybe back in the day that like the church was really. That's why, different conversation because the church be.
It's not the regular church. It's 7-day Adventist church. It's not like a Baptist church. This is like real hard 7-day Adventist. Jehovah Witness, even like the Kojic, like what's it called, CGOIC?
Yeah, Kojic churches.
All those type of churches that are like kind of really, really heavily serious, like where it's like that could be like And she, I think, was a church gospel singer as well. I think, from what I understand. So it's almost like she. It wasn't like she didn't have her own career. She actually was a church singer.
Yeah, from my understanding, she was a church singer, but she didn't have a multi-billion-dollar deal. I just think that if she had got with a man who genuinely wanted to be with her, I think she would have been better off. Can we agree to that?
Yeah, and I think that Brian, he actually did the honorable thing. He married her.
He did.
Could have just been a single father and just did it like that, 50 Cent style. Oh no, did he get married to that? No, he didn't. He could have 50 Cent it. It's like, hey, here's your child support, here's the money, whatever. And he probably would not be out of how many millions of dollars right now if he would have just said, I'm gonna take care of the kids and that'll be it. But it must have been something in that marriage because he had another child with him. So he was getting it in still. He can't say.
I'm gonna break that down because she do get a video where she talked to Tasha K and said that he has some side children that he kind of don't talk about in his interview, but save the good parts for later, right? Let's go.
What these terms mean.
And shout out to Genesis for being over here.
And you, somebody who's created something, understands that when you die, someone is going to inherit.
Right.
You get to decide who those people or persons are going to be.
Correct.
Why in the world? And I see people say this all the time. There's nothing my children could do. I was like,
I disagree.
You tried to tell people, because there are people who will say that there's nothing I can do. And that's fine. But just know you're doing it based on lies. I think that they disagree too. You're doing this based on...
Do you agree that there's nothing your children ever can do that will make you want to disinherit them?
Absolutely not. Listen, there's plenty of homeless people on the street right now that prove that's true. You know what I'm saying? How many people is out here just on the street, just homeless, and listen, that's it. Family said, you know what, that's enough. So that we have to be real with this. You know what I'm saying? When the kids, there's a time when kids will get to bucking up and acting real disrespectful. So yeah, I believe that even as because we have to like protect, we're human beings too. Like just because we're your parents does not make us eat up. Like we don't have emotions, we don't have feelings, we don't. You can just say anything and treat us any old kind of way.
They're still
We just
people.
still have this obligation to like, oh, okay, well, I'll just continue to be a doormat. And but that's also in the rearing. If he wasn't, if he didn't love her, he did sure. If you looking at this woman you don't love, and then you look at the children, the offspring of a loveless situation, you're not going to have any connection to the children. So that's the biggest mistake that she made is that she had a child that he just felt obligated to, not necessarily love. Like it wasn't born out of love; it was more born out of like obligation. So therefore, like even though we say, well, she's 18 and he's 20, well, you know what? They both frontal lobes ain't developed yet. We can't just blame it on him and say, well, that she's 18. Well, he was only 20. So 20 and 18 is only like what, two years apart from each other. So they both were young and both inexperienced over time.
Right.
So yeah. I
They
don't
both
want
are
to
correct.
person a pass and give the. I think that they both was. I think that he probably should have been more honest with himself and not dragged himself into a marriage, which I'm sure was prompted by other people to do that. I believe that she should not have lied and said she was not going to get an she was going to get an abortion, didn't do it, and didn't contact him up front and say, "Listen, I couldn't bring myself to do it. Here's your money back, whatever. We don't have to get married in this because of this." You know what I'm saying?
I
But
agree. They should have worked that shit out a long time ago.
it's other people. I believe that whole relationship was founded on the church and everybody else getting in their damn business.
You think it's other people that's making money off the situation that's benefiting from it?
I don't know. I don't think that other. I think that if anything, I don't see where other people could benefit off of that. What do you mean by that?
Because, for example, so like, and I wish you was here for the for last night because he was really going off. He was saying that his sons, and I don't know if this is to be believed or not, so I'm gonna say allegedly, his sons was over there having parties when he wasn't there, driving his Escalade, driving the Benz, fucking driving the boats, using his credit cards. To me, it seemed like a lot of people benefited off of him when he wasn't even around these people. He said that there was people that like he would come home and these people wouldn't even say hi to him. They would be so high, so drunk, or just turned up off something. It just
So
became
the mom
ridiculous.
would allow the son to have people over there, high, drunk, partying.
Now they were grown, just to give context. They were 23 and 26 at
I'm
the
their
time.
mother. No, I'm the mother, and I let my grown son. I don't care how grown you are. You're not gonna come to my house and be high and drunk and hanging out and partying at my house. I mean, maybe the house was so big that she didn't know what was going on or whatever. Maybe it's because they are really big stars. So I think that he probably has a house that's probably like enormous, right? So he could be on one wing of the house doing all kind of wild stuff, and then the mom's on the other wing, and she's over here, and they're just over here wilding out. So I don't know, but I personally ain't no way my kids are gonna be up in my house getting high and drunk. So that tells me a lot about the stature of the mom, that the ignorance of the mother, because there would be no way that could ever happen. Even I don't care whether I like the father or not, just out of just respect for like, what are you doing? Like, so is the son? What happened to the kids? Are they like douche like not douchebags? Are they like deadbeat kids? Or like, do they have a career? Are they doing anything for themselves?
He's actually on that part now. So let me get back to the video so I can figure that out because I'm actually unsure what the kids do now. Let's go.
On lies.
I don't believe that they believe that.
That's what I did. I chose, and I've chosen who's going to inherit.
Right.
You can't try to ruin me and then think that you're going to inherit on top of that.
So is there any possibility of reconciling? Right. Let's say, for example, hypothetically, that they get their lives together and they take care of their business and responsibility, and then they apologize for some of these things. Do you ever see yourself ever coming back from that, or do you just want to completely wash your hands because it's almost like enough is enough.
The time has come and gone for that.
Yeah.
How would you know that someone is actually sincere?
Yeah.
If they've doubled down and tripled down and quadrupled down, even as of today, the threats, death threats on my infant son, death threats on my wife, death threats on Jack, death threats on Julie.
Wait. Someone says that they can contest it. No, they can't. If he makes a will and takes them out of his will, they can't contest it. Like, but if he died without a will, then they could contest it because, like, but no, they even can't do it then because if he's married, the estate goes to the existing wife that's married to him, and then she can disperse it however she wants. So technically, if he passes away and he's married right now, all of his money goes to his wife, and then if he doesn't have a wife, it goes to the children, and then it gets dispersed from that way. But is he married to this new woman?
He is married.
Right. So that money. So if he didn't have a will, it would go straight to the wife.
So this is what I do in moments like this, right, Genesis? Because I can be wrong, and I'm open to the possibility that I may be wrong. So I go to my friend Gemini. I'm watching Brian McKnight, who is currently married, and he says that he doesn't want his children to get access to any of his wealth. And he has a will that has removed them from his wealth. After he dies, does the wealth go to his wife, or can his oldest children contest the will?
The inheritance of Brian McKnight's wealth depends on the specific terms of his will, but generally, his current wife would likely receive the estate if she is named as the primary beneficiary. Regarding the contest, his oldest children can contest the will in court, but for a successful challenge, they would need legal grounds, like proving he lacked mental capacity when he signed it, was under undue influence, or that the will was executed improperly. Simply being excluded is usually not enough to overturn a valid will in the U.S. Disclaimer: I am an AI, and this is not legal advice. Specific outcomes depend on the jurisdiction and the precise facts of the will and estate.
Thank you, Gemini. So it seemed like Genesis was actually correct on this one, and unless there's legal ground, like, you know, his mental capacity was fucked up when he signed it, or he was drunk or high, or it was executed improperly, just being taken off the wheel is not good enough to contest it.
Pretty much. So the only way, if he decides to, if he makes a will, he makes a will. The will is, that's the will. Like, and if he's of sound mind, I don't think there's anything wrong with him. He looks like he's talking pretty clear to me. So if he decides that, then that's it, you know, and they don't get nothing. And I hope that they, you know, make out with whatever they've already gained from the situation. But I think it's kind of messed up for them to behave like this when they were able to at one point to like pretty much get benefit off of their father. Like, why is there so much disdain for their own father? I'm trying to understand. Was he a bad father? Like, what was it that would make them treat the father like this?
According to their videos, and I watched their videos, they painted him in a way that it would be like, damn, look at this man kid saying all these bad things. He got to be a bad dad. But they show no proof of anything. So unless I'm just taking them at face value, then of course I'm gonna say, well, I don't know, he might be a fucked up dad. Look at how this kid's talking about him. But then he's saying, well, actually, I've been giving your mom $18,000 a month. You lived with me until you was down to 30, and your baby mamas and children. I took you on tour with me, recorded music, put you in, on tour. You quit. You have no work ethic. Said that the kids wanted to get out there and just do tour, but didn't want to show up for sound check. Right? Didn't want to have the discipline that was like that was needed to make it in the music industry.
So what it sounds like to me is that Brian McKnight was busy on the road doing all this, doing all that, and then the mother was the main one raising the children. So the children are a direct reflection of the mother's upbringing, raising, because he's probably too busy to be there all the time, So his thing in the home, because the fact that they're out partying, in the house while he's out doing his thing, he come home, all of a sudden everything looks disheveled and people are out smoking weed, whatever they're doing, and he comes home like this. That tells me the mom was like something, maybe mental illness was going on, something like that.
I think that the real problem in their relationship, Genesis, is that it lacked love. They were not in it for love. They were not trying to be together. And because they were not in it for love, look at how this shit turned out. They was in it for selfish reasons. Imagine, Genesis, laying in bed with somebody for 20 years you don't love. Imagine going to dinner with them. I'm saying, really, like, how does this look on a day by day basis, dog? When you have somebody that you don't give a fuck about. I don't want to live like that. I don't even want to know what that looked like. Because
Listen,
it seemed like he was unhappy and she was unhappy. And for some reason, they thought they was going to create a happy lifestyle with two unhappy motherfuckers who don't want to be together.
Man, listen, and I think Brian got the same sign as I do. He's a Gemini, and I think he's born on the same day as I am. And once you I know me, once I give up on a situation, I could be still cordial, but there's really nothing that anybody could do to change it. I'll be nice and I'll do what I have to do, but there's really, and I'm sure that she probably felt it. Like she probably felt, because Geminis wear they're hard on their sleeve about stuff, and they could, be pretty brutal when it comes to cutting people off. So you gotta I don't know. I think that that cutoff game is off the chain, and I think that that's pretty much what happened. And he just finally, I mean, after all those years, though.
I mean, and multiple children too.
How many children they got together?
Hold on, I'll be right back. I think I got mailman knocking. I'll be right back.
Does anybody know how many children they got together? Sometimes Anton walks a thin line but let me listen, I'm off topic. Okay, you don't know anything. That doesn't tell you anything about her because adult children are making decisions. Yeah. Because they're disrespectful. What else? Somebody else said. Why don't he like his kids? That's the thing. I would think that they maybe, with all the I think that sometimes when you have children out of affluence and they're just kind of spoiled and used to just getting their way all the time, like they can become little rugrats, just a certain level of what's the name when they become bratty, because I don't understand. So if he allowed them to come on tour with him, I don't understand why they're not in the music industry having a career of their own. Why are they relying on his funds to waiting on him to die to be in the will? It's like, bro, he has a little bit ways more to go before he passes on. I think. How old is he now? Maybe 50 or 60 years old? He's not even that old. Huh?
He's definitely older. He's definitely, let me see how old Brian McKnight is to get a concise age.
He might be 60.
Brian McKnight age.
Maybe 61, something like that.
Brian McKnight is 56 years old, having been born on June 5th, 1969.
Yeah, he's not even that old. Why are we talking about wills and stuff? Does he have a terminal illness? Why are we talking about when he dies and what the will's gonna be?
I think because he's so stressed out in his life, with dealing with this type of stuff, that he want to make sure that his wife and his children, the people that he loves and the people that he want to provide for, and the people that, and most importantly, the people that appreciate him and appreciate all the time and energy it took for them, for him to amass this wealth to even pass along to them. He want to make sure that those people are taken care of, in my opinion. And at any given day, we can be gone. Again, a lot of people don't like this because a lot of people that support me don't like him. And I didn't like this person. But I'm going to stand on my principles at all time. Right? So when I say something like this, rest in peace to a person like Charlie Kirk. He never thought that he was going to die in Utah. You understand me? So at any given time, I think it's very important actually to have a will in place, because at any given time something can happen to you. And if you don't have a will in place, you leave everything up for grabs. You put your family at risk, the people who actually cared about you, because you can have family that don't give a fuck about you, but they will weaponize their connection to you to try to get some shit, some money or something, a boat, a car, whatever they can. It's actually super fucking trifling. I don't want to get into no personal shit, because yeah, it should get wicked. Let's keep going.
But one question I have to have, because I think Sunflower says clear favoritism when a man chooses his entire inheritance. Now I would say this. Now that is Sunflower your wife?
Yeah.
So okay. Now you're Sunflower, right? You guys work together, right? I don't think that there's any married couple when a person is doing something that they're not working together in some capacity, that they support their husband in some way, right? So I'm trying to understand like where the even the family, right? Where the family's not raised to actually support the breadwinner of the family, right? So it's almost like a thing where, okay, I'm doing, your father's doing this, and then the kids are raised up a certain way to like help the father. To everything is all work there to all support each other, right? In that family structure. Somewhere there's a breakdown, because this is the reason why I say when we say favoritism, 50 Cent's going through the same thing. What's the other dude? The comedian, dang, was it Mike Epps is going through something similar. I don't necessarily mention Kevin Hart because I don't know exactly everything going on with that. But it seems like it's a common thread that they kind of get married before their career, then their career takes off. There's some kind of disconnect that happens, and then they create a whole new family, and then that older relationship has so much vitriol within it that it's almost like they choose the other family over the older family, to the point where even the kids suffer. What do you think that is?
I think that it's about a lack of love. Like I said earlier. Like, let's say if I didn't like Shorty, if I thought, well, he just liked the white woman, whatever. One thing I can say is he loved her. And my wife, because my wife knows this. My wife, I got plenty of videos of my wife saying stuff like this. Women can just fuck on a nigga and not care. It don't have to be love. And of course, that has to be mutual, right? Men can just fuck on a woman. It don't have to be love. Unfortunately, she was in one of them situations where he did not love her. It was just something fun to do. That was it. He was a panty dropper. He was something fun to do. And I believe, even if, because listen, until I watch her video thoroughly, I'm not going to say if she was in love or not, but he for damn sure wasn't. And you know what? I'm not going to be in love with somebody who not in love with me. I'm not about to sit around and somebody fucking face after they done told me I don't love you.
So look, Sunflower says black males like the biracial children better than the actual pure black kids. So do you think? But hold on, I think that didn't 50 Cent fall out with his baby mom, the new Chinese or whatever Asian baby mom too?
I don't know about all of them. I can only speak to the niggas that I know, like growing up in Detroit, and see the race thing. Maybe there's a conversation there, right? Then it's just to be had that maybe black males do, but I don't have no biracial kids. You feel me? So I personally can't speak to that. What I can say is this:
Maybe it's a cultural thing.
I don't like fathers don't like disrespect. Period. I don't give a fuck if you purple green. I don't like disrespect. It's just that simple. For my I just had my daughter iPhone replaced, and I kept it because why? She was doing stuff that she wasn't supposed to do. She was stepping out of a child's place. Her mother is blackity black, black mom, black dad. No white nowhere. At the end of the day, dog, sometimes it's about who appreciate me. When I give these, it's like, because listen, Genesis, I'm not gonna go into my personal shit like I used to back in the day, but I can really get personal. My dad just died and my brother just died. Niggas not sitting around talking about their legacies and what they did in their lives, their ambitions for our families. You know what I did have to go through though? Motherfucking probate court to fight for my father's fucking boat and his houses and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had a right, in my opinion, to give that, like, those things to whoever the fuck he wanted to give it to. And it just so happened that I became the heir of his estate.
Right, you must be the oldest.
My brother ended up dying, like I said.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I know so much about the probate situation is that, as you know, my child's father by 10 passed away. And he had 2 kids, one by me and one by another woman, right? And so I had to go through that whole probate thing. And even when his mom died and the grandfather died, because he was the only child left after the sister passed on, like all that, there's a whole thing that happened. So people did not have wills. So one thing I can say that he is being responsible is having a will. I think it's kind of messed up that he is like on some, like, you know what, my kids are not going to be in my will. So, okay, well, maybe the kids they got to experience that affluence up to that certain point. They didn't appreciate it. Maybe that's the lesson that they need to learn, Maybe they was grown up like spoiled and got too much too early and didn't appreciate it. They went on tour with them. They had the opportunity to take advantage of the situation. So how much opportunity can you just pass up before the opportunity is no longer there? And then you want to blame it on him. And it's like, okay, you want to say, oh, it's the white kids. He's only focused on the white kids, and that's how that transfer of wealth happens. Is because at some point, what was the mom? Why was the mom not caring enough about her children's inheritance, not to be selfish in the situation enough to like cause that much vitriol to happen within the family? Because I would say, well, before I would like create a whole thing, I would be thinking about my children's inheritance and at least have an amicable situation there, So what's really going on?
I don't think that she was really focused on that. You understand me? I think that she was really focused on really just doing her. I don't think that she was really focused on saying, hey, I'm gonna get the best relationship possible for me and mine. It was no. She wanted a rich nigga. I'm still. That's my opinion. I can't.
Did they get divorced before or after kids got a certain age? Were they like of age when they got divorced? That I want to ask.
Yeah, they was of age. They was of age. Yeah. But let me get back to the video because I know I got to leave at 2:00. That's like an hour and a half. But I do want to have more conversation back and forth. I did drop the link to it if anybody else want to come up and hang out with me in Genesis. All right, let's go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Those things don't go away. The damage that you have done has gone so far that there's no coming back.
Yeah.
Is that actually my wife? Let me do this. Let me see. Hey, babe.
Hey.
Okay, hey. So, what's your thoughts, babe? Welcome to the show.
I think it's crazy to me that you guys are really sitting up and acting as if white women don't date rich black men and that they're not set up to actually search out and seek out men. If they do date black men, those are the ones they need to go after. I think that's crazy. And no one is talking about the fact that these children who are not connected to him by DNA, he's going to set them up. They're going to take that money, put it into their family and spread that out amongst the rest of the white kids, right? And the rest of the white people that's going to be born. And yet there's more wealth taken from the black community, as always, with black males.
Wait, those are not his kids? He's about to get
Those are not his kids. No.
Yeah, no, those are not his
Only
kids.
one is
Those
his
are her kids
child.
from her
The other
previous
two are
marriage.
her
But
kids from a previous
before
marriage.
we get into
And
that,
where is
babe,
that
I want to
father?
break down point by point what you
But
said.
where is that
Hold on,
those
Mickey, let me
children's
break down
father?
point by point what you said before you just keep going. We're gonna go point by point, right?
Didn't know those were his kids. That changed my whole mind. I'm sorry. I didn't know those wasn't the kids. Now I'm on your side. I didn't know those wasn't his kids. Now.
No, the
But hold
biracial
on.
one.
I'm gonna get to that point, right? But let me break this down, right? So you said set his kids up. So when he had the boys on concert, on tour with them, living in the house with both of the kids, both baby mamas, not paying no bills, driving Benzes, complete access to mansions, right, et cetera, if you could, would you define that? Even if this wasn't Brian McKnight, if any father was doing everything that I just said for his children, and apparently the mother of the children and the grandchildren, would you consider that providing? Yes or no?
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
That still
so-
doesn't negate my point.
Okay. Hold on. I'm about to do it. So you said that he's going to be setting these children up. So can we say in the moment that I just described, where again they have access to millions of dollars, right? A fan base that they did not create, right? This fan base is spending millions of dollars, more than likely it's black women. They get access to that black woman. They can say, and they can sing new songs, become a superstar like they daddy did. Couldn't you say that that's setting them up for success? Yes or no?
I mean, we can say that. That still doesn't negate what I said.
But you said that he's setting the white children up that's not his, which.
But the thing about it is, so y'all want me to sit over here and believe that these children are not benefiting? No.
Hold on. He is setting the children up in a will, but it doesn't negate
and they're
that.
setting and they're
It
setting.
doesn't. Hold on. Let me
he's
land
setting them
this
up
plane
now
real
as
quick. So I
well.
gotta land. I don't want to yell. Like my mic is turned up real loud. You know what I'm saying, for a reason. Can we please do one mic, right? I'm trying to land this point. Please. As I was saying, even if he is giving the will to the white children that are not his, he has took them on tour, giving them access to fucking record labels. This is trying to help them. This is helping them. This is literally, I mean, on top of that, at 27, almost 30 years old, paying for your baby mama to live with you, living in my house in my multiple mansions, using my cars. They never refuted this. They never sued him for defamation, said he was lying about any of this. That is providing.
Okay, your point.
So my point is, when they quit the concert, when they dropped out of school, and you know this because you talk about black fathers all the time, when they made multiple children without having jobs, without having a way to take, without the only way that you can provide is saying, Daddy McKnight, can you take care of my children? That means that even when I try to uplift you, little nigga, you fail yourself. And it don't matter what I'm doing for these other children over here.
Darrel, I do not care. I do not care, because at the end of the day, you want to make it seem like, oh, these white kids are so amazing, that they're so good. Oh, they're amazing, that they're doing everything. You want me to believe that he's not having problems and issues with these white kids?
I never said anything
exactly.
About these
So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
White kids.
I don't care about the white kids. I know you don't. I know you don't because you have a bias.
My father is Tupac Shakur, and I go on fucking tour. And Genesis, we saw this with, I don't know, I think his name is Shad Moss. I think they call him Little Bow Wow.
It doesn't matter.
In the day, Little Bow Wow was going on tour, Snoop Dogg and all the rest of these niggas, and he took advantage of the opportunity. He didn't quit the Millennium Tours like Brian McKnight children do. Can I please?
I'm not negating anything you said. I'm not negating anything you said.
I'm working very hard over here. I could be at work. I'm working very hard. I want like a concise clip so we can clip this and make money. Please. Again, Shad Moss, Bow Wow. You can go back and see him in videos with a young Megan Good, working, not quitting, working with Jermaine Dupri, right? Becoming the young fucking superstar that he was. What was fucking these niggas kids doing? Sitting down saying, Daddy, thank you for taking me on tour. Thank you for introducing me to fucking Genuine, Tank, Aaliyah, all of these motherfucking legends that you around. But I don't feel like working. I don't feel like going on tour no more. But instead, I'm gonna become a 2-time baby daddy instead. How is that beneficial to anybody?
I'm not negating any of that. All that's irrelevant to me, Darrel. I really don't care about none of that.
How is that irrelevant?
It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant to me for the simple fact that even if you didn't leave anything to them, what about the grandchildren? They're not even in the will. They haven't done anything to you, but you're going to leave your entire wealth and fortune to
I mean, that's
non-black
fucked
people
up. I agree.
who's gonna grow up. They're gonna share this wealth or whatever is left,
That's
spread it
fucked up.
out. And guess what? He's not their grandfather. They're not gonna introduce him as their grandfather. When they have children, the children are not gonna grow up and be like, yeah, my grandfather did this and he was a white man. No, that's not gonna happen. None of that's gonna happen. And there's less money in the community for black people. Also, you think that wife is gonna share any of the wealth with his family or extended family? No, she's not. His family doesn't even speak to him. I'm not talking about his children. I'm talking about the people, cousins, uncles, aunties, nephews, friends. Nobody. Nobody. Y'all want me to sit here and think like, oh, it's okay for him to go ahead? No, it's not. Morally is wrong. You're right. People can do whatever they want to do with their money, but it's still, he's disgusting. And the
And
thing about it is, where's that white father at?
I agree that his
Where is that
grandkids
white
should get the
father
money. I
at?
never disagree with that. My bad.
I
I'm making a really
want to say
quick my bad.
something. Is that okay? First, so he's married to a Filipino woman, and then his son died of cancer. Nico. He said that he was born in sin. He has one son left and one daughter. So which son and which daughter? Because the daughter is from a previous relationship outside of the marriage, and then
Correct.
the son is from the marriage that he is speaking of, right? So he's
Correct.
mad at the son that did. So is he mad at the? Why is he mad at the daughter too? Like, why is it? Yeah, I'm see. I didn't. I had to like start looking things up. So, and I didn't
Think
know
about
that.
the things about the daughter he's gonna address like I think like in the next like 2 or 3 minutes as far as is like the interview part, right? But I have no argument against the daughter part. My only argument was that he is leaving this in his perception. Now that I agree with it, but in his perception, because he's clearly spewing it to millions. This shit is going to be on the Breakfast Club in 3 or 4 days, right? This is a fact, right? At the end of the day, he is making it clear that he want nothing to do with them, and he felt disrespected. The only thing that I'm doing is picking apart what he is saying as a YouTube journalist in my mind right now.
Right. But I'm gonna say this.
For why would he feel that way? He's broken it down. I can imagine if the things that he said his children was doing. I can imagine if we had kids running through here with all their friends smoking weed, and imagine if Blue Ivy fucking was running through Beyonce and Jay-Z house, and I can have you on tour with the baddest motherfuckers, and you quit. Next thing you know, you probably with 2 multiple fucking kids, and we say, oh, this is not a fucking problem. Yes, it is.
Which one quit?
Opportunities, and you're wasting them.
Hold on.
I'm not saying, but the white kids, the opportunities you gave the white kids, they took it and ran with it. I got you. Okay.
I want to say this.
I didn't say literally nothing
I know.
about them.
Y'all don't know exactly. And that's the point. He's not telling y'all nothing about these kids. And when he does talk about them, he praises them to the highest accord.
That part
as if they're perfect. We don't know anything about these kids. And those people can be using him just as well. And y'all will never know because he's not going to say anything bad about them.
No, I mean, I would agree. But I didn't finish I didn't watch all of it to see everything he said about. But anyway, my bad. Go ahead, Genesis.
I just want to say this is that, that's sad his son Nico passed of cancer. Then he has another son and a daughter. So is he saying that both baby mamas are just trash? And so he got this Filipino woman and her new child, and these other children are better, so I'd rather give my money to them.
Yes, girl, he really is. And then he also named that new baby. He gave him the same name as his name, as if he didn't have a firstborn with his name. Ain't that diabolical?
Yeah, I didn't know all that.
Exactly.
That's
crazy.
I'm not defending those actions.
The new kid. I thought it was like on some like 50 Cent stuff where he got like some new, or Mike Epps where
it's very contextualized. Like and some stuff I agree with, some stuff I don't agree with. Most of it I don't agree with. But
yeah, I don't. That's kind of jacked up. To
creating another heir with your same name is diabolical. Not taking care of your grandchildren is diabolical. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm not rooting for fucking Brian McKnight.
Honestly, I'm at the point where I'm tired of him talking to black people. I just wish we talk to black men and black men praise him all the time. I don't know
My
why.
bad. Hello, everybody.
So
Please forgive me.
for me, I'm happy
Yeah,
that
I
black
heard you.
women are not giving him. Hey,
I
Nay.
know my
Hey,
background is
Nay.
loud.
Hey,
I said
Nay.
I know my background is a little loud, as usual. You know it currently where I am. The only thing I have to put with this, you guys, that's why I kept putting in the chat, what about the daughter? Because the daughter can't stand him either. And I wonder why.
This is the one that about the car situation, right?
The daughter, the only daughter that he had.
He
All
has,
right,
right.
so I want to get to that part in the interview before I address her because he break down that whole situation with her. So
No,
I
but
don't want to
I'm like,
like speculate.
no, but that's what I'm saying. Why can't I'm like even before that he never really talked about his daughter because you have 3 children and you keep talking about these boys. These boys have been with you since they were what teenagers because you asked for you said you wanted your children. So she properly just send the boys on to you, right?
The only time that I saw a reference of the daughter directly was. Oh, go ahead and mute it real quick, man. So I can get
No,
this.
I'm talking about the boys because he keeps talking about the
Yeah, I was
boys.
trying to respond to you, but the background was loud. That's all.
No, I'm saying these boys been with you since they were teenagers.
Yeah, I heard you when you said that.
Yeah. So how that's what I was trying to get to on the account of how does their actions or their uh, their behavior reflect on the mother if they've been with him since they were teenagers, where he can still mold them into men, proper men. How is that the mama fault? That's what I was asking. They turned out to be the same thing that you were. That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. Anyway, go ahead.
I can only watch the content. I'm not Brian McKnight, so I can't speculate to know.
All right, babe. Well, just go ahead. I just know that black males are disgusting.
I mean, I'm not trying to set y'all up. You can tell me what your thoughts about what Nate's question is.
No,
It's
I
hard for me
agree
to
with
answer
Nate.
it.
I agree with Nate.
No,
Did he
because
have them
he's
since he was
talking about these kids, like his sons having children out
girls
of
over, children out
children
of
out of
wedlock? Yeah,
wedlock,
like,
blah 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 blah. But they're imitating what they see because they've been with you since they were teenagers.
and then he say in his 20s and his
And
30s he was doing him.
I mean,
Didn't he say
you are
that?
supposed to mold them if you are supposed to be the father of the year,
He wasn't a father.
aren't you supposed to mold them into a better man than what you were?
He wasn't a
Because
father. That's the
these
point.
children were not created in love at the end of the day.
So are we saying that like Brian McKnight is ultimately responsible for his sons becoming like baby daddies and deadbeats?
I was like,
Yeah,
wasn't he?
I would say that. Yeah, they blame it on the women, and he had the kids. Did he not?
Wasn't he? That's all I'm asking. Was it?
I don't know.
I mean, ultimately, we don't even know.
When Tyler Robinson was arrested for Charlie Kirk's murder, I argued that his father should have been arrested as well.
Well, he says his
Yeah, I
father.
use the same premise that you ladies are using today.
I mean, yeah, I would say that too. Just like those children
But his
in
father, I'm like,
Chicago,
this is
what happened to that
But
22 year
wife,
old.
woman?
you
Their parents are
disagree with me
responsible.
on that stance. You thought that Tyler Robinson actions was his own.
No, I didn't
Because
say
he's
that.
grown.
I blame this whole family. I didn't say that.
So somebody said it to me.
I didn't
Because
say
they
that.
were like, now their actions are their own, but the example is from their father.
Are we
The person
supporting that once people become adults, because his children are adults making these dumbass choices,
Yeah.
that when we make some of these fucked up choices, we got to pay as parents? Because that's scary.
What I'm saying is, and I think that Nate is saying is that you are, when I say responsible, I'm not talking about pay the price, but we can put the blame for Tyler Robinson the way his
Here,
upbringing
let me go
came
back and
to
go
be
out and come
about.
back in.
That's what we're saying. Now, as you get older, children make decisions and choices, but
So I can't hear
it
nobody
sounds
else.
like McKnight, whatever, he didn't steal anything. When he talked about, oh, they having parties, people over their house, I never heard him mention rules at all. I never heard him say, these are the standards of living in my house. And if you do this and break these boundaries and standards, then this is what's going to happen. It's almost like he never gave any consequences. You know why? Because he wasn't a father. He wasn't. He was
He
just throwing money at the situation.
He wasn't there, right? He
He
was,
wasn't there. He didn't implement anything.
and
You know
that's what
what?
the thing I was saying is that if he's on the road doing his thing, and
Exactly.
the only one there kind of raising two boys, because now that I see the situation, she's raising two men to grow up, and then now he wants to say, well, they're not doing this and doing that on the road.
Exactly.
But
But
no,
my
you know
point
what?
is, Michi, like
The
me and my
road.
wife, we just had a baby, right? Genesis. If I had told her, I don't love you, I don't want to be a husband, don't want to be a father, I promise you, she would never had the baby, let alone
That,
two or
but
three
that's
by
just
nigga.
me though.
Second child, wasn't Nico the oldest one? He did. So what's up with this new one that he had, the youngest one?
Well, apparently he got one with the new wife or whatever, allegedly.
But Nico was the oldest. Then he had a second one, right? And then he had like something out of wedlock. So
Yeah, those are two sons that he showed at the wedding, and they was there saying like, "We love you, little white woman, and we like you about to be a part of our family." I don't know, like
no, I'm talking about
you.
the two sons from the wife, the estranged ex-wife.
That's what I'm
He had
talking about too. That's what I'm talking.
they love. Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, he showed Anton a clip that apparently nobody else had
But you know
nowhere
what?
else.
But you know what? But look at it. His son have multiple baby mamas, but he got multiple baby mamas too.
Apple don't far
Yeah,
too.
but you're
That's
not
what that's
begging
what I
them
was
I'm
saying.
niggas for
saying. Like, I
money
don't
though.
really
Like
understand it.
it's
They
not
watch what
equal
their
though,
father
right?
did.
Both of them niggas baby daddies, but I'm not begging you for money. You begging me. That's the difference. If you're gonna
I
call out this,
agree.
babe, if you gonna
I
babe,
agree
hold on,
with you
babe,
there.
babe. Let me say this to you. If you're gonna call out the similarities, I'm fine with that. But make sure you point out the differences too. And there are glaring differences in success. Brian McKnight, no matter what conversation we have here today, tomorrow he gonna still be an R&B mogul. That's a fact.
Mogul's a stretch, but okay, whatever.
What?
Mogul's a stretch, but whatever. Okay, he's not Jay-Z. He's not Russell. He's not Russell Simmons. He's not Rev Run. So no, those are moguls. He's not Oprah. That's a mogul. He's not that. Um, I get what you're saying. I'm not saying that the boys shouldn't have had some type of, you know, boundaries for themselves. I'm not saying they shouldn't have wanted more for themselves. I'm not saying they shouldn't have taken advantage of the opportunities that was also given to them and everything like that. But I also feel like nothing was instilled in them that they should take advantage of these opportunities. I also feel like nothing was instilled in them to say, hey, you have to work hard for this and that. He was just giving it to him. Just giving it to him. He never put anything behind the context of this. He didn't raise these kids. He threw money at these kids. And then they grew up and got older. And then you said he had a child out of wedlock, probably when he was married. He also said during his 20s and 30s, he was out there doing him. So yet you got these boys, they're around, you're gone, you're in and out their life. You're really not teaching them anything. You're throwing money at them, and then you're making other babies outside and you watching what you see, they're watching what their mother is going with their mother. And then you get another woman, then they got a sister, don't barely know her because these kids are not growing up in a household. And then you're up and talking about, oh yeah, I got with this other woman. And her kids are just so amazing.
Yeah, that is
Boy,
wicked.
bye. Like, go somewhere.
Like is it okay? Because he said that his child Nico, who died, was born in sin. So that means that he must be, because even to use those words, he must be still Seventh Day Adventist, is still some, or still pretty serious, trying to be Christian at some point. And
But this is
then
a Christian man, right? Asking a woman to have an abortion. But a Christian man, though.
he
Okay.
said she was born in, it was born in sin, right? Then he turned around, oh, the baby was born in sin. But
That
Exactly.
baby was actually the church.
are born in sin, or the only son that he really probably was married with, that he had, that was probably in a marriage and was, so that was not sin. But what about the daughter? So do you think that a lot of this is really based on religiosity, that okay, well, these two kids are born out of wedlock, well Nico and the daughter are born out of wedlock, I have no connection with them, and then the one son I have is out of control and he's not following the Christian whatever. And this new family I have is all for the whole, like, Seventh Day Adventist, whatever. And so therefore now I feel like the obligation for Christ or whatever to do it this way. Do you think that might be an issue, that this religiosity that he might be having?
I don't know. I feel like he would consider himself a leader, and a leader failed because your kids, they're failures, right? Their failures is a
Everybody in
reflection
the
of you.
South care about religion. Everybody.
Right? I don't care about religion, but he's supposed to be a leader, right? So he failed as a father. He did.
But these niggas is different, baby. Like you never even been
And
to
then
the
you over
South.
here
South,
praising some white
the
kids that
Bible
another
Belt
man
down
raised.
there is really wicked, like on some super super
It's
deep.
crazy. The Bible Belt. Yeah,
It's not even like Nate. Like she
yeah.
don't understand how serious it is down there.
I
It's
understand how
horrible.
serious it is. He don't understand how serious it is because he asked his wife to have a an abortion.
Well, let
I
me
mean, an
let me be
AB.
more
Like,
specific
yeah,
when I
like
say
I
this.
don't
It's serious
Born-
for women. It's
I was
not serious for men. Men don't.
exactly. So I don't want to.
Martell, I hate to even bring him up right now, but
Now, can we not even bring him up? Let's just continue. I don't even want to talk
yeah,
about him because we're
like
being
men are
into
not
like,
going to
dying.
suffer.
yeah,
Your son is dying in
Go
cancer.
ahead.
Put a thing out and say he was born in sin. What kind of a like how religious can you be to the point where you're all like any love for your children just goes out the window and you're focused on the sin that he was born in. So that tells me that he's probably a highly extra super duper religious person. And the reason why he's doing this is based on some kind of like belief system that he has
But
from a
see, I would
standpoint.
rock with that theory because I'm about to play press. After this, I'm gonna press play on some real shit. I would rock with that, right, Genesis? But I wish he was here yesterday too, because again, I've covered half of the shit. And he said as soon as he saw his wife, he followed her basically to a fucking like a little port, like a little pier. And then as soon as he gave her a hug, he said the first thing he thought is, I'm hitting this tonight. So he wasn't thinking with no purity shit. Like he was thinking like the rest of us. He was doing the same thing he was doing with his first baby. He was trying to smash.
he's a bandit again, like we said.
What? The new wife, he said, I'm hitting this tonight. The new wife.
My mama, Genesis, I
He's
can
a
go back.
bandit. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
exactly what bro said.
So what is he talking? Yeah, he's wow.
Exactly.
You
This man
feel
is
me?
trash.
He played this whole thing like she had an aura like I never seen. But I listened very carefully. The first thing he said was, "Man, I'm hitting this tonight for sure." Yeah, like maybe he did have the intention to marry her, but he for sure was trying to hit that. You know what I'm saying? That thing. Let's go back to the interview.
Nah.
That's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate. So, okay. So now you got the judgment, right? How do you feel about this judgment that was ruled in your favor? I believe it was for $8 million.
So it's not about money. It's about what has been done to us.
Yeah.
What is that actually worth? She doesn't have $8 million.
Yeah.
But whatever she does have, as she continues to promote a book that's filled with lies,
Yeah.
when we got it,
Hold on. I don't think that it's appropriate because I don't think it's appropriate to call her entire book a lie. Some of it has to be true, sir. Like no fucking rightful publication is just gonna come out here and publish an entire lie on you and risk their entire business knowing that they can be sued. Publication withdrawn from every fucking e-commerce site and bookstore in the country. Like it has to make business sense and make sense at the same time. That's what I'm saying. Brian, I like when arguments make sense. I don't like when they're built on emotion. You're basically calling her book full of lies and bullshit. And that lets me know that it's probably not full of lies and bullshit. Which is why she was on Tasha K and you were on Anton Daniels.
does have, as she continues to promote a book that's filled with lies,
Yeah.
when we got it, it's just filled with yellow.
Mm-hmm.
That's how ridiculous. There's no dates. There's no times. It's so convoluted and confusing.
I can't confirm that. And I'm again, wife, do you believe that a publication would put out a book with 0 dates at all for the audience?
No,
What
no, I don't.
Brian?
No, and we know that. No, and she has the right to tell her story. And you already confirmed a lot of. I haven't watched her yet, but I'm pretty sure once I watch her, I'll be able to connect the dots to the things that you said you did and the things that she said you did too.
You don't think that Brian in her book, she has something like, hey, we met back in, I'm saying 92 at the BT where stuff like that. And then setting the scene at a certain time, who was there, who was not, you know what I'm saying? What Brian? This is what I don't like, bro. Make a real argument. Say that maybe she may exaggerate some things, but it's not a lie. And now I'm interested in buying her book about you, low key. especially
like,
after I saw the intoxication.
Right?
He's a narcissist. You think he's a narcissist?
He is.
I would say this as
I was
well.
on your side.
I would say this as well. The money that he sued her for, you knew she didn't have it. You knew she didn't have that type of money. You did that out of spite. You sued her for every dime that you ever gave her. You pretty much wanted your money back. That's what it sounds like to me. This sounds like a bitter man.
Well, he got 8 million off of her name.
I'm like, and you
As
knew
you
she
already
didn't
know.
have it. You just sat here and admitted that she didn't have it. So why would you sue her for that much? No, you sued her for all the money that you gave her. And the kids that you decided to take off her hands. That's what you did. And now she's still taking care of the grandchildren, the very children that you say you don't want nothing to do with. Right? Because if you look at her interview, just a snippet of her interview, he don't have nothing to do with the grandkids. He don't got
No,
nothing to
you
do
don't
with
have
it.
shit
So
to do
you
with
should
the
have
grandkids. Allegedly, that's what she
allegedly.
said. Tasha K.
Allegedly.
He's not involved at all. She's the only like grandparent involved, which is so fucking sad. You know what I'm saying? On that one, I have to agree with my wife. Like these babies got to be protected. For fuck's sake, to the best of our abilities.
Has the girl came out, the daughter came out and said anything, or she been quiet the whole time?
I haven't looked for it. I've been so busy. But when I find it, I will find out if she said anything. But no, as of right now, I have nothing with his daughter on there. I do have his sons. Yes, I do have them. Shout out to everybody that's watching over there on Genesis channel. Mona, is that her name? Or is it Mana?
I am Mana.
Oh, I am Mana. Shout out to Mana. And we got Jermaine. What up, Jermaine? Rooster. Shout out to Rooster.
That's what this is all about.
Yeah.
People can sit back and they can judge me and do whatever they want to do, when all they really had to do was go on YouTube and click, and you can see, oh, there they are as adults singing together.
Well, people aren't going to do their research, right? That's
You know?
just it's too much work for people to do their research.
But it's fun.
Shouldn't pause it, but Anton, you don't do research. That's all I'm saying. You got to relax. You don't.
Yeah,
You don't do research, sir.
Wow, I hate him. I cannot stand
God damn, time, dog. Like you never mind. Let's keep going.
They can go on and write a lengthy comment.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
Seems like to me it'd be a whole lot easier, particularly with someone who was apparently so beloved. You know, it's funny to me when they say, "Oh, I was such a huge fan." Well, my actual fans were there.
Yeah.
And they saw, and they know that this has all been BS from the beginning.
Yeah.
Hold on, Brian. So you're trying to say the only way I can be a real fan is if I think you're innocent? You are a narcissist. No. That's like Tory Lane saying, "Oh, only my real fans was there saying I didn't shoot Meg." So I couldn't be a real fan and be skeptical at the same fucking time? Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that king complex that sometimes artists have. And I'm pausing it also for fair use purposes. Let's go.
And I have a question, real quick. All right, 13 years married, right? So that means that he hated this woman for 13 years, or what? 20 years. You just up there just hating, just vitriol for 20 years. You can't tell me that was just vitriol for 20 full years of vitriol and hatred. I never loved her. I never loved her. But that, I mean, how long could you just not love someone for 20 years and be with them? That's dishonest to me, because you should have been cut her loose. And so I believe that whatever she asked for, she deserved. She stuck through a loveless marriage for all those years. If he really says he didn't love her, he was like, whatever. Yeah. You know what? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you can sue for alienation of
Game of
affection,
Thrones. My
yeah.
bad. You got it.
Alienation of affection. Is that what
I
it
mean,
is?
you can, that is a term. You can sue for alienation of affection. Like that, it literally is what that is.
Because you're married, she can't even find another
Right.
spouse. She can't even be with somebody that really loves her for all that time, and you just up there not loving her for 20
Why not
years.
just leave then? Like that's what I said. Like if I was her friend, Genesis, you know, I said, "Bitch, why you want to be with this nigga? Go be with the nigga that want to be with you. why are you with this nigga? You look stupid.
Cause
Because you
the
just said
Bible
thank you, Nate.
says.
You took it out of my mouth, Nate. I just said it. Then y'all just say they get running Bible Belt, and then you say women are held to a higher standard by the Bible and resolutions in the
Oh
church and
yeah, the
everything
Bible
like
Belt. All
that.
right,
Then you
damn.
just say
Fuck.
that. So
All
we
right.
can apply that to her.
This lady's a
All right.
gospel singer. From what I read,
Exactly.
she's a gospel singer. She's in the church, very heavy.
They were in the church. Fuck.
Exactly. So
So
my thing is, and we know that men sit in relationships and marriages that don't fit them because at some point he did benefit from that marriage, whether he liked her or not. He benefited from it. It was good for his image. But are y'all kidding me? Riding around, traveling over the country. Oh, I'm married, talking to black women and singing. That was good for his image.
Oh, absolutely. Like
and
DJ
who
Envy.
filed
That's
for
his name.
divorce and when? Who filed for divorce and when?
She filed for divorce. I did get that far in the Tasha K interview because he had the little girl.
Hello. So he done stepped out on her, had a whole child.
Exactly. Had a whole child on her. Exactly. Thank you, Jenny. You get what I'm saying? This is why I'm like, I
Finally
don't trust
seeing
him.
your
He's a liar. I
person
don't
of the
believe
life,
him.
you
Yeah.
know. Yeah, I'm seeing the point now. Like, no, because I had
Yeah,
to.
like no.
I didn't know the context. I didn't know. I'm just coming in here and like his side. And I'm like, okay, well, that's messed up. But now that I like had to like do some research online, I'm like, oh no.
But Genesis, he literally said out his own mouth, between my 20s and my 30s, what did he say, Nate? I was
He said
doing
that he
me.
lived his 20s and his 30s.
Exactly. He was doing him.
But guess what? That's the only time, if you want to go back to the Bible, that's the only time you can divorce a man. Infidelity or having children out of wedlock. That's the only time you can divorce him.
But I don't know, man. I just wouldn't. I feel like none of us would stay with somebody who.
None of us will.
Darrell,
No.
hold on. But Darrell is the same. This is why I say Darrell, my husband, be biased. Because this is the same man that said Rashida was a great woman for staying. Did you not say that?
And I respect Rashida for her choice.
Okay. So why didn't you respect his wife for staying and her choice?
She
And
has
enduring. You see what I'm talking about? Then you'll be on some.
Hold on.
Why would
Let
you
me
opt
give
to
you.
be a single mother?
You to
Why
respond,
would you
right?
opt to be a
Give
single
me
mother?
opportunity to respond, right? So I've never seen a video where Kirk said, "The moment I saw Rashida, I told her I don't love you. I never will love you. I don't want to be a father. I don't want to be a husband." I think on that terms, she would have never married him.
I don't think
lies.
I think he lied.
Lies.
I think he's lying, Anton, saying that because what man is going to say that? Come on now, what dude that's getting it in with a chick? Because how many kids they had after that too? That mean they were still effing. So I never loved you, and I never did this, and I never did that. Y'all still effing?
Like I said, Genesis, my wife
But
is on the record for saying that women
take a
can be completely sexual and not love a
no.
nigga for a long time.
I get that,
exists.
Darrell. I'm not saying that. I'm going on the basis of what you said. If you
20
can
years
respect
ago.
Rashida for staying, then so basically you're trying to give a caveat or an exception. But if Kirk said
I'm
this,
not
then
saying
she
that
should have
I
exited.
disrespect
So
her.
then
All
don't
I'm
say
saying is Rashida is happy. She's not. Rashida's still
it doesn't
married.
matter. I don't
She's
care about
not.
that. We're not talking about that. We're talking
But that's
about
what
the
I'm talking
vow.
about. Why
You
not
said
go
no.
search for
You said
happiness?
you said she took a vow, Darrell. You literally said she took a vow. She stuck to the vow.
fair
So
enough.
why can't we look at this woman? She took a vow. She stuck to her vow.
Okay. All right, fine.
Okay, then let's move on. All
Man,
right,
I'll
cool.
argue.
20 years. Listen, 20 years of sticking to the vow, and the kids is grown, and y'all still married, even after the kids are grown. Because I think that, I mean, how long did they get divorced? How old was the kids when they got divorced? Like 30 years old? So they was a teenagers, or was they older? Because
they were teenagers. They was like older teenagers.
so that's what 13 years of marriage. I think it said they were
12
married.
and 15. They were 12 and 15. I remember him saying it.
Yeah, they were teenagers.
13 years of a loveless marriage, and then he's still providing for them up to like the age of 30, and for whatever how old 30, they're still living underneath his roof. He's probably still coming over, smashing once in a while. Come on, let's stop. We already know what it is. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Like he lying, bro. He lying. Because you know that he would stop by that house because he paying the bills. He feel entitled to that punani. You know what I'm saying?
Like
Come on.
DDG did.
He's a
Correct.
narcissist. Absolutely. Yeah.
Just like DDG did. But I don't know. I feel like certain people like wouldn't do that. Like again, like my wife said, you wouldn't live in a, like, babe, would you live in a house right now that one of your exes bought just because they got it?
No, but also I'm not religious and I don't believe in the Bible. So for me, I don't give a damn none of that.
True.
No.
Yeah, we don't live in the Bible Belt.
Oh,
Okay.
like,
We
oh,
don't.
like,
Yeah,
oh,
we're
I'm
not
gonna say
religious.
this as
So
well. I'm like, have anybody watched A Family That Prays?
I did.
And the concept of that movie.
Yes.
What was going on when it came down to what's her name, Kathy Bates, and her son and stuff like that? How she was in a marriage that she really didn't want to be in, the love of
Mm-hmm.
marriage, just like with her son and his wife that was sleeping with Sanaya Lathan.
Mm-hmm.
But the wife was sitting there, I'm like not knowing she was in a pretty much loveless marriage and her husband was cheating on her
Yep.
and had a kid on her,
Yep.
and she still kept that man.
Stayed.
He
She
still
did.
stayed,
Yeah.
even though he clearly showed that he didn't love her.
Period.
Damn.
And one can say
White
a
women do it
man's
all.
actions. And
They
one
do
can
it all
say
the
a man's
time.
actions. And think about it. Just because he didn't tell her, like he said, what Kirk said, Kirk didn't say he didn't love her. Or not. One, we can say that Kirk don't love her. She did out of everything he did to her. We can
There's an
say that
argument
too.
there.
Exactly. So that's all I'm saying. But we can move on.
And can I just say one last thing? And I'll let the video play. How many dudes spin the block, right? They will even let's take it just even outside of marriage, right? Because like I said, I know he spun the block on his ex-wife. You can't tell me he didn't. But just with an ex-girlfriend spins the block, right? They won't talk to you for a long time, and all of a sudden hey, what you doing? You know, whatever memory or whatever comes up in their mind, and they hit you up, hey, and then they're coming over and they want to get it in, or then they roll back out again. They gone for a few more. They spin the block again. So guys don't never really leave their exes. There's only unless it's like a serious situation. I don't think that guys ever really leave. That's the reason why he's able to tell you that she's trying to talk to him again and try to come and get back with him because he's still talking to her. That's what's crazy about. He was
still in her face. That's why.
He on here and said that she called him and she's still trying to get back. Why is she still trying to get back with him? Is it he might not be talking to her in some smooth way to make her feel like that she has a chance of getting back with him? Why would she do? Why if he's cold shouldering her, treating her like bump you, whatever he's saying right here? Why is she even feeling like there's a chance for her to get back with him? So he lying. He's spinning the block. He's still probably effing her on the side. He probably been effing her throughout that whole after the divorce and throughout the whole. Then spin the block. They spin it like a dang on circle. So let's.
Once again, validation of who? Who are you trying to get validation from? Other what?
A male patriarch. I mean, this goes without saying.
Okay.
Knows what I was saying. All right, let's continue.
There,
Yeah.
and they saw, and they know that this has all been BS from the beginning.
Yeah. What's the future like for Brian McKnight? Because you've accomplished a lot. I think that you're at the tail end of this I don't want to say persecution, but this headache that you've had to endure through for an extended period of time.
Damn.
What's the future like for you? Like, how do you see things playing out? Do you plan on moving again? How does this end?
I got to tell you, having Junior in my life,
calling your son who
pedestalize the white kid,
and you already have an actual Junior is diabolical. I'm just gonna put that out there. I do not agree with those actions as a husband and a father. Lord have mercy.
He say having Junior in my life. He just like he had stars in his eyes. Like, you know, this is the only child that I actually wanted to have. You know,
that's because he created a baby with a white woman, and then he put that baby above all else. That's why.
A Filipino.
That's why. What Asians, they're white too. So
no, they want proximity to whiteness.
Exactly, and that's the closest he got to it. So
yeah,
like Filipinos
exactly.
are more black than all the Asians.
Well, no, you can be a black Filipino or you can be a
Okay,
white
or
Filipino.
Filipino.
And he has
He's
a
white.
white
She's definitely
Filipino.
more
Right. She's
white
white.
than
She's not a
black.
dark Filipino. She's not a brown Filipino. She's not. She's a white Filipino.
She's definitely more white than black.
Exactly.
That's how I would describe it. Let's see what more Brian McKnight got to say about his new heir to the throne.
Having Junior in my life.
Child.
When you read in the Bible about how God puts these two people together and they're fruitful and they multiply.
Yeah.
I finally
Shut
felt
your
what
ass
it was
up.
like to be
The
in love with
Bible.
someone, to sit
The Bible.
down and say, hey.
So apparently, God gave him the children that is finally going to live up to, you know, what he need. What do y'all
Watch
think?
that child be a disappointment. Watch this child be a disappointment. Watch that child be a disappointment.
Well, listen, King Rooster said earlier, he said, listen, if I'm paying the bills in that house, I'm going to stop by and get me some every once in a while. It don't matter where I live.
Babe, do you think his current children are disappointments?
He thinks his current children are disappointments.
Do you think his current children are disappointments?
I don't know these people. But I would never say my black children are a disappointment to compare them to a biracial child who comes from a white woman. I would never say that. No.
I respect your background.
And this elevating of the biracials. And the thing about it is, he has so much low racial or no racial self-esteem at all. That child is going to grow up with a complex. Because we do know that biracials born to white women, they always have a foundational issue. They always have issues with fitting in, and they don't understand. And this is black man's fault. So yeah, that child is not going to be very well adjusted because he has so much anti-hatred and anti-blackness.
And he's pedestaling that child. Like
exactly.
He's up there like gooey-eyed about this child that he just had.
Yeah.
And that child could end up like, doing the same thing his younger children
exactly.
did.
And be spoiled
All
as
the ladies
rotten.
are in agreement that he's pedestalizing the white children over the black children.
Absolutely.
So let me ask you. So is this interview going to make you want to go and see Brian McKnight in concert, or is this going to like hurt him as a music artist?
It's hurting him. It was hurting him before, but now it's done.
Was he better off just shutting the fuck up?
He was better off disappearing, not saying anything, going into his cocoon with the white people and being quiet and stand over there. That's what he should have did.
He wasn't even on my radar until today.
He wasn't even on my radar. Exactly.
Damn.
Because we don't care for him.
We're still listening to his ass, but I'm like when I think about it,
I don't even listen to him.
But
I don't listen to none of his
ever
music.
Since he stood up and disowned them children,
it's been
black children,
yeah.
He hasn't had nothing but turmoil. And let's be clear.
Exactly.
You said if you sat there here and said that you have had 20, how many albums? 22 albums. 22. All these albums were made out of it was a unemotional currency, correct? But as soon as you get with this white woman, we can't think of a song you made yesterday, like I said. But we know all the songs you made with that black woman. Every single one.
I mean, the last concert. Remember the last concert? What happened with the last concert? They canceled it. Exactly, because no one bought tickets. We didn't want to. No one showed. No one bought tickets. They couldn't even sell. They couldn't even give them away for free. Right, not even a man. They couldn't even give them away for free with a free meal. They couldn't. I believe he's going broke.
He's gonna have to start a podcast. That's probably why he with Anton Daniels.
Exactly. Thank you. Exactly. And even then, he's gonna get drugged in.
Y'all think that's what he about to do? He about to start a podcast with Anton?
I think that this is the beginning of it. They're gonna have a marriage podcast because he barely, whatever. This is what it sound like. Because what else is he ain't got no music? What music he have? Did he have music out?
I think he might have a little bit of.
And it started back at one.
Might have a little bit of soul in him left.
Who?
You don't think he can sing nothing?
That's like Snoop Dogg gospel album. Y'all don't even know he had a gospel album, do you? Right.
Man,
There's nothing holy about this man. There's
And
nothing holy about him.
Lord, they need bringing up God.
And then
Well,
on top of that,
God,
Filipino people don't even believe in God. They believe in something else. They don't even believe in God. So I don't even want to hear this.
All right, fuck it. Let's
But
keep
my
going.
students is coming in. I have to let y'all go. Honey, I'll see you later. Please be outside about 2:30, please.
All right, man. See you 2:30.
All right, bye, guys.
thank you, gently. You know what? You opened my eyes. I didn't even know. Thank you for coming up here.
I'm sorry, Genesis. I didn't mean to come off low. I mean, that's just my personality, but I'm all love.
Oh, it's all good. Man, I
That's
appreciate
just
it.
my
I didn't
personality.
know what the hell I was talking about till you came up here.
I'm just tribal. That's all. And I'm not racist or anything. I'm just tribal. That's it. And I feel like I'm over black man. They get on my nerve. I have no hope.
You got an inbox saying the black woman is God.
Right.
The black woman is God.
Yes.
Bye, y'all.
A woman. Amen. A woman.
All right. Let's go back to Brian McKnight being a total bandit.
Felt what it was like to be in love with someone, to sit down and say, hey, let's have a baby.
Yeah.
And to make that come to fruition, to plan it, to be there, to the excitement that comes along with all of the things that you dream about with that.
Was that her suggestion or was it your suggestion?
It was both. It's funny, Leilani's dad at our wedding was very prophetic.
Mm-hmm.
Neither one of us was thinking about babies. And he said, at the end of his speech, he says, okay, now you can give us a grandbaby. And we were both like, ha, ha, ha. But what you realize is that the person that you're in love with, don't you want to see what a life would be like that you create with them?
Yeah.
I'd never done that. I'd never, every time.
God damn.
It was,
What an asshole. What an asshole. That's an asshole. You know?
Yeah, that was fucked.
He's like 56, bro. You're going to be like,
I had never had a baby and actually loved that baby.
Wow.
What?
So you wonder why your sons came out just like you, and mad because your sons came out just like you. Because like I said,
he need a PR person to like be like, no, they should have been like, nope, in the interview, stop. You know, when he said that bullshit, like, what are you doing, bro?
Hey, bro, you shouldn't be saying goofy ass shit
He's
like that.
56. So you just started at 56, 51, or 50. But how old is this child? 53, 1, 2.
He's 56.
But how old is the child? 1, 2? Because he up there googly eyed. There's still a baby, right?
It's a baby.
So that means that he's gonna be 60 years old when that baby is 10. Come on now, let's have a baby, and I'm 56 years old. You doing too much.
I'm actually very disappointed in Brian McKnight. I tried to tell y'all, this is a very bad interview. Very bad interview. Okay, let's keep going.
No, shut up, Darrell. You
was crazy, but it was.
Hey man, I gotta play both sides of the fence, my baby. I'm back. You know what I'm saying? I gotta stir some shit up.
Don't be me. Don't be me when I'm trying to say be diabolical and be devil's advocate. That's
some
my
stuff
job.
I agree with. Some stuff, most stuff I didn't. Like the stuff about her getting 18K and her being broke now, coming to ask for more money. That's ridiculous. I don't give a fuck. I'm standing on it.
Mm-hmm. I was like, hey. I don't even.
But I also said yesterday, and if you go back, I said how he treated his kids and how he talked about them was the reason why I wanted to watch this, because I thought it was foul. But as far as the shit between him and her, they grown. Fuck them. That's how I feel about that. I'm staying to how I feel. All right, let's go.
A hassle.
Yeah.
It was, and a hassle of my own doing. I shouldn't have been with that person.
Yeah.
I should not have been with them. That way this doesn't happen. But my future is being there for him to make sure that he comes up the right way. You know,
not the other children and grandchildren you have. More like things that you're saying that's just fucking diabolical, to be perfectly honest. Like absolutely diabolical. Let me keep going. I'm over here chilling, bro. Let's get in.
I love my family so much, Anton. It's
yeah. Every time we talk on the phone, I can hear them in the background.
Yeah, yeah, because we're always all together. You know, it's not about my career.
Oh, you got more
it's not
time
about,
you can't make it.
Because here's the thing.
Okay, we got it.
Yeah, man, I'll be talking to Anton in the background, man. Yeah, it's my dog.
Maybe if he would have spent as much time with his other children, he probably wouldn't have this problem.
Damn. No, I think he might still have this problem because he treat their mom bad. I couldn't imagine treating my kids good and I show their mom all the time and think that we're gonna have a good relationship. Shit always gonna be fucked up because I treat their mom like shit. That's just what it is.
So I'm like, I'm still waiting on this interview. He produced the interview where his ex-wife said he was a horrible husband. I was
A
like,
horrible
okay,
husband.
yeah, because he said that she was going around pretty much talking about he was horrible.
Talking about Julie McKnight.
Yeah. I said,
I
well,
got.
produce this
Yeah, I remember
interview.
I showed you a little bit of interview yesterday, but you said you were sleepy.
No. I'm talking about before then.
Oh, you talking about like when they was younger?
Yeah, where she going
No,
around?
no. She was pretty much tucked away.
Yeah, I was like, because it was a segment where he was talking about the radio station. Oh, that had to be one of her friends or something like that. I'm like, hi, what? What you mean? But I'm going too far back. Go ahead.
No, you good. Let's go.
If I was wrong, and all these people who used to love me hate me, wouldn't I just reconcile?
Yeah.
Just to get those people back?
You've been quiet for a very long time.
Well, yeah.
A very long time.
I was quiet. But somehow they always find some sort of way to... I was quiet right after all that happened, and then our daughter Julia graduated with her master's, and she got a new BMW.
Now this is where the daughter shit come in.
Okay, all right, let's see what you say about her.
You said your daughter graduated with her master's, so one of your children are successful. I thought they all was.
Is he gonna be on the wheel, or is only the boys off the wheel?
But
is all the kids
it's about to get wicked, right? So this is a conversation that everybody was talking about, how he bought her something like that, and then he only gave his daughter a certain amount of money. But I like the fact that he is, in my opinion, trying to be transparent about the good and bad about their relationship. But go ahead, ladies. Go ahead. That's all I have to say.
So your sons ain't shit because you taught them not to be shit. But like taught them how to be shit because you, like I said, you had them since they were teenagers. Now you didn't instill in them. You need to go get your education. You need to do this. You need to do that. Oh, you took them on tour and showed them the life of a star. So you didn't cultivate no type of responsibility in your children and in your sons, and then expect them to be responsible. Right, but the daughter, as usual, goes to college, and gets her master's.
I wonder if she's mixed too. I don't know.
No, she's black.
Okay.
No, I think her mom is for sure black. All right, let's get to them.
Daughter Julia graduated with her master's, and she got a new BMW. A year later, the Shade Room goes and finds that and says, "Oh, he didn't do this for his black kids." It's like they had 5 brand new cars before they were 21. What are you talking about?
Right.
But y'all don't. That was before social media, so you didn't get to see that. They'll always find a way. It's like, well, you're washed up. You're this. Well, it sure doesn't seem like it, because anything I do, I breathe too hard, and y'all are running away with it.
Right.
You know, even when it comes down to the naming of my son.
All right, so we gotta think about that, because he just basically addressed the whole shit with the Shade Room, saying, "Hey, yeah, I already bought my kids multiple fucking Benzes." So, and I had a feeling that was going to be the conversation. They was saying, because my wife brought that shit up yesterday, saying that, hey, he did some shit for his white kids that he didn't do for his black kids. And I'm thinking, you probably already bought them niggas multiple Benzes, multiple houses, paid for all kind of shit. Why are we tripping about what he's doing for his new family now?
House they live with him. Why are you house? And they was driving his.
But they was driving his cars and shit, so you basically got a Benz.
They were driving his Benz. He went and got her a Benz. Like I said, you taught these children to be irresponsible because you were irresponsible. But the responsible white girl gets everything. Okay, we got it. Go ahead.
Oh, he said that Julie is his stepdaughter. That's not even his real child. Like what?
That'd be crazy if I found out that wasn't even his real child.
Wait. So
That is not his real child. That's why he said
the
black
female
woman.
child that got the masters is a white woman, a white child. What?
And I gotta do more research on this nigga. I'm trying to defend this nigga. It's over.
You know, that was always going to be his name.
Yeah.
The problem is that this other person decided he wanted to ruin that name.
Mhm.
So, in 1850,
He
Nathaniel
calls his other
Hawthorne
two
wrote the Scarlet
child.
Letter.
Yeah.
Nigga start bringing up 1850, child.
But wait. Did he just call his other child other person?
He
Instead of
did.
my other son. Oh, okay.
He did. I mean, it's clear that he has a very bad relationship with them, and he gonna say a whole bunch of fucked up shit about them. That I ain't gonna lie, and I disagree with that shit. I have no defense for Brian McKnight on that shit. And Victor is not funny, so don't be laughing in the chat, man. It's not funny. Bandit.
That this other person decided he wanted to ruin that name.
Mhm.
So, in 1850, Nathaniel Hawthorne wrote the Scarlet Letter.
Yeah.
His Scarlet Letter is that old name. He can have it. Since you tried to ruin it, you can have it, and you can explain.
Because you
to your
legally
kids.
changed. A lot of people may
I
not
changed
know.
my name to be my son's name.
Right. You legally changed. Well, you still have Brian McKnight.
Yeah,
but
but my middle names, our middle names, and now he's my junior, and that's who he is.
Right.
He was made from love. And even the whole products of sin thing that I was saying that they weren't made from love, and that's what this is all about.
Yeah.
When you start things the wrong way, this is probably what's going to happen. Making somebody choose between the parents as one of the parents is one of the most wrong things you can possibly do.
Yeah.
We all had a great relationship.
No. I feel like you're not taking accountability for getting her pregnant multiple times, never loving her, never trying to actually focus on building a relationship with her, but still busting nuts in her. That is diabolical. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Brian McKnight has a biological daughter named Brianna McKnight. He reportedly also has another biological daughter named Bria Lynn.
Is that about a black woman or the white woman?
I think that the Brianna might be the one he's talking about with the master's degree because Jules is a child.
Okay. Which one didn't he like, because people were saying that he basically fucked over one of his daughters, and the other one he gave her. Listen, I'm so confused when it comes to this Brian McKnight shit, and I'm high. His current wife has 2 children. Wife, break it down for us in the chat. Let me actually focus now. Let's get it.
The one part of this whole situation that wasn't there was that their mother didn't get participate in this new life. So they can't.
Right.
So
what advice would you give to younger guys that are considering getting married early or considering having a child early? What is the recommended age? And I know it's based off of maturity, but if we just had to
I don't think guys should have children early. I think you should focus on school, focus on graduating, focus on getting a job, focus on building some type of stability. Otherwise, I don't think you should be having any children, man. But I got to get ready, guys, to get out of here. I might do a part 3.
And I want to say this. Back in the day, fathers used to teach their young offspring, boys, how to be responsible, teach them how to have a trade, things like that. The fathers were in the lives, and whatever the father knew, he passed down to the sons, and then they could do that trade. But now, because there is this lapse in fathers in the household, you have a lot of men that are just, kind of winging it, and so they're having kids. I don't understand why even he would even have any advice for anybody. He needs to just cut down on giving advice to anyone because he's the terrible example to give any advice from. As far as how to do, any offense, he needs to cut it down. That's our next question.
Exactly. I agree. And then I'm gonna say this. I wonder who his pastor is, because his pastor is not held holding him accountable. Because his pastor would have been on his head. Dude, what are you doing, sir? This is a bad representation of us black men, sir. We already have a bad rep, sir. Why are you making it worse, sir?
Do y'all think that
he's not
Anton
surrounded by.
you think
I
Anton
think
give
you know,
Brian McKnight advice because Anton has been married for 20 years?
I mean, in a loveless marriage, I mean, that sounds. I would say this: he's probably in a Filipino Seventh-day Adventist church because a lot of Asians are Seventh-day Adventists. He's probably still Seventh-day Adventist. That's why he's up there talking about God and all this other stuff. Meanwhile, being 100% like off the Richter scales and not being godly. So to me, it's like, what are we talking about? Like when God gave me my youngest child, and he just lights up. It's like, well. Like I don't know, something like might happen with men once they reach like that age of like 50. They realize how important children are, and then he's pretty much a grandfather to his own child. He's like his own grandfather, child, grandfather, father at the same time. So that he's having that new thing of baby, but he missed the other ones. And now he's spending time and doing the things he probably should have done with his other children.
I actually agree. Nay, any final thoughts?
Y'all have a good day. Brian McKnight is a man. Bye.
They gotta go to work. All right, we'll see y'all later. Thank you, Jennifer, for popping up.
Another show with my friend Dua. I'm just waiting on him. He's like 80 years old. We're about to be talking about all this crazy stuff. So if you got all my audience, if you get a chance, please check me out in about like maybe an hour or so. I'll be doing that show. So much love, guys.
I'll tap in.
All right, for sure.
All right, thank you, my love. You have a good evening.